All right, you just got to get a play-by-play by me. I don't know why. Let me get some links sent out to the guys real quick. It is just what it is. So we're just not gonna be able to stream the game at the same time or share the screen because YouTube's just having a field day with this thing. But I understand. It's a proprietary thing. They're probably trying to keep from getting sued or something like that. So I'm not gonna push my luck with it and go do something dumb. And let me get these messages sent, and then. I mean, I get it. I understand. The rules are rules. We're just get to play within the rules, I guess. So, not a fan, but it is what it is. We'll be fine. We're going to have some fun no matter what. Hi, once again. Yeah. But y'all are going to get my expert play-by-play analysis here until they kick us off for talking about the big game. All right, let me copy the link and invite some guests. Who wants to see? Oh my goodness, that's so funny. That's so funny. It sucks. It is what it is. We had so much fun doing it on those late games. I don't know why, but it's all right. All right. The pride of Dripping Springs, Christian, welcome back.
Hi. I just find it funny that you have to do the one thing that you hate doing the most is following the rules.
Are you talking about me in general or just anybody?
You in general, plus this.
Oh, man. It's all right. So, we're just going to have to kind of go we're just going to hang out here. I got the game in front of me. Christian's got the game in front of him. You're going to watch me and the game at the same time to get the expert analysis. So, I'm sure Bocce will let us know if we break the rules again. So, what you got there?
Cards.
Oh. Going through the quick pull of the stream, you got to stop airing the game on the stream, right?
Well, it worked so well the last time. Hunter's over here brow bashing me right now.
The thing is that there's about 80 games going at that point. Now there's one.
They're just giving me a hard time. You know what I mean? It's all right. We'll be all right. We're gonna. Oh, TCU's in striking distance, 2nd and 5. They can score. They're on the 6. They can get a first down without scoring, and it's gonna be 3rd and 1. They're down to the 2-yard line. I don't know. I don't know.
Are you talking about? Well, you were talking about our game.
Yeah,
I'm still at 2nd and 5.
I'm watching on my TV here because YouTube, being a bunch of buttholes, taking the stream down. All right, 3rd and 1. We're in shotgun. We actually have a Tulsa back. They have jet motion. Ooh, this is 6 right here. Oh, yeah, Dugan, without a doubt. When they ran that jet motion behind that Tulsa back, I knew he was running over there. They were able to stretch the field. That's gonna beat the best defense of college football without a problem.
Yeah.
So,
okay, I just saw them make the touchdown.
All right, Hunter's stuffing his face right now, and he's in there. I'm gonna add him to the stream. Hey, we still have to do the whole. I have to be quiet while you talk, so mute yourself until you're ready to talk. Stuff your face though. He can hear me. All right, kicks up and good. So TCU comes back, makes a statement, and the Frogs put 7 on the board, which is important because they were getting some dangerous territory. Now they need to be able to pin Georgia on Georgia's side of the field, not let them across the midfield, and then force Georgia to kick and play some field position here. Because TCU's got plenty of offense once it gets going. But the inability to run the ball against Georgia could be a problem. Although they just score a running touchdown against one of the better defenses in college football. So, best defense in college football, Hunter? Yes or no? Thumbs up, thumbs down? Yeah, he goes thumbs up on that one. So, I think it's important that Georgia or that TCU makes a good stand. Now, for Georgia, you need to go and run the ball and get really, really, really physical. So, yeah. So, we're not going to show the game. We're only going to talk about the game as it goes along, give our expert analysis. Bocce's doing some hooking right now and working. Somewhere in the world, Joey Preciado is stressing me out. We might be able to get him on the stream tonight. So we'll just have to see what happens. I'm trying real hard not to get in trouble with YouTube. We may get a copyright strike on the channel. This is a real good possibility we're going to after tonight. But it'll be all right. We're going to have some fun. Wide Right CFB is not about making money. We're not here to go and get rich off anything. We're just here to have fun. This isn't anything. We're not selling any swag. We're not trying to make any money. We're just over here just hanging out, watching college football, having a good time. That's all we're trying to do. So Jude's gonna hop on just a few minutes. Lindsay, I don't know where he's at. So I'm just gonna have to we're gonna have to kind of figure it out. Joey Preciado is stressing me out. So everybody in the chat, if Joey's around, just give him a holler. Just shout him out, Joey. So, all right. Well, we're definitely not going to stream the game like we were trying to. It's going to be too hard. YouTube's going to keep kicking it off. And I guarantee you it's not, it's the AI that's kicking us off. So as soon as Hunter gets here, he's going to take over on some expert analysis. We're actually going to put the Manning cast on, not the Manning cast, the McAfee cast on. I'm going to go eat some more chicken wings because my wife makes these chicken wings, these Frank's Red Hot Sauce, and they're really good. They're really good. Yep, see? Bocce's, Joey, come out and play. See, I'm doing it right, aren't I? All right, so TCU's about to kick the ball off here. TCU's kicking the ball off, and this thing I don't think is going to hit the end zone. Nope, it's going to be about 3 yards. About the 3-yard line. He's going to take it out to almost the 30. Oh, Pat CB's here. Okay, time for one college football game I watch. All right, Pat, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. We've had Raging Cajun Garage on. We've had East Coast Ken. We've had Chris Hodges, Bocce's Blankets and more, and Christian. So, yep, they're pretty good. The wings, it like balls off the bone. It's good stuff. All right, Georgia's in shotgun. They're on about the 30-ish yard line. They're running a wide receiver screen. Oh, they got screen set up. They're coming across the field. Referee interference. I mean, this is like the third or fourth time. And it happens a lot. But the referees are way too involved in the middle of the play. They got to start dropping to the ground or something. Like this referee interference is just killing me. I mean, he was just right in the way. They used him as a moving screen. And you don't think that coaches don't practice that. I can guarantee you they do. Hunter's over here with a roll of paper towels underneath his chin, and he's agreeing with me 100%. So, all right, we're first down on the 41. Georgia's going to run a sweep to the right. Boom. This is going to be where it's going to kill TCU. The inability to stop the run on the outside. That's going to hurt. Really, the worst thing is to get beat up the middle. You never want to get beat up the middle. You really want to try to contain them and push them to the edges. You don't want to get just run up the middle because it just wears your defense out. But the other thing is you got to be able to contain the edge. If you can't contain the edge, then they're going to make a living off you on the outside. Now, Georgia's already at midfield, if not more. So you've already lost the initial battle on your field position here. So you're losing field position. Even if you stop him here, you're still losing field position. Now, Georgia's in the shotgun. They're going to drop back. He just faked the wide receiver screen. He's looking for a checked out. He just checked down. It's like a flare out. So now they're inside the 40.
There's a swing.
Swing. So now they're down inside the 40, and they're just marching the ball down like nothing. So TCU's going to have to play either some really tight man, or they're going to have to figure out how to send some pressure up the middle on Stetson Bennett. Now, the problem is Stetson Bennett's going to take off a run here in a minute and burn TCU in a blitz. So you got to be really good at containing the edge whenever you send pressure. Now, I'd send pressure up through the A gaps is where I would try to develop my pressure from. I'd send like a delayed blitz or a really big stunt or maybe blitz behind a stunt and catch them. Georgia's going to run the ball here. They're lined up. They're in a power set. Nope, it's going into the pass. He throws it down the field. Oh, wide open. Touchdown. He was so wide open it wasn't even funny.
It was a scissor switch.
Well, as soon as you get done eating, Hunter, you can come on and tell everybody.
I haven't eaten yet today. All right. It's like the last good tasting food I get to eat for like next 3 months.
No, you get to eat decently till Saturday.
This reminds me of somebody from my season. Them having this them going on the outside reminds me of one kid of our season. He would always go to the outside, but whenever he went to the outside, he would always run back. Whenever coaches would yell at him, run down the field, and he would always run back, and he would always get caught, and we'd always lose yards. But he was the best catcher we had, but he could never run upfield.
Yeah.
I'm so far behind.
That's all right.
You know what we call those kids, Christian? Trash.
Hunter, come on. All right, so 17-7 right now. TCU got caught out in defense. They didn't even cover him. Let's see. He's going to switch here. Let's see what happens. The corner thinks he's playing zone. The corner thinks he's playing zone. That guy's running by himself. Yeah, it's just the defensive staff. Georgia came out really fast and broke the huddle really fast. But there's no pressure on Stetson Bennett. None. Zero. You've got to put pressure on a short guy. You got to be big up the middle. I mean, look, if you're going to give up touchdowns, you might as well send the blitzes. You got to do something because what you're doing right now is not going to win you a national championship.
Somebody called Todd Orlando.
I mean, literally, Stetson Bennett's going to tear you apart if you just let him stand back there and throw the ball. He's just too good. Now, look, my opinion on this game is Georgia's going to crush TCU. I just think they are. They've got better talent. I think TCU caught Michigan in a weird spot. Michigan made a ton of mistakes. Now, does it mean TCU's out of the game right now? Not necessarily, but, man, they are not doing any favors for themselves right now. All right. TCU needs to go on a pretty prolonged drive right now. They need to go and kind of – they need to try to make this a 3-minute plus drive. Try to get into the second quarter with this drive and win the field position game number one. You got to win field position. You got to get on the other side of 50. That way, if you get the punt, they're getting it down near their own goal line. Change the play call up. I know it's Georgia. Georgia's been pretty successful to this point, but even when you're on your own goal line, you have to be conservative with your play calling because you can't run a risk. Now, look, Georgia's got 7 in the box, and TCU is still running the ball like nobody's business. Wow, that's impressive. Georgia just got shoved back. Those defensive linemen were on skates right there. All right, so you can play against them. They have to kind of rally here. I wouldn't be in too big a rush. I mean, if this is the pace your offense normally operates at, that's fine. But I also think the quarterback's going to have to run the ball a lot in this game for them to be successful. So that's 2 plays you've seen jet motion that they've run the ball to the sides of the jet motion is running to.
Counter bash.
So what Hunter's saying right now is he thinks that they should counter back to the. That was counter bash what they're running.
They've been running counter, but
They probably ought to. Dugan at some point probably needs to pull the ball and run the opposite way of the jet because the defense is going to start crashing down. We'll see. This looks like a passing down right here. 2nd 3. Yeah, quick pass.
straight to the wing back.
Yeah, Quentin Johnson's going to have to get the ball. Hey, that's the guy who played in Texas right there, isn't it? What's his name again?
Jared Wiley.
Jared Wiley. And he like about 35 years old.
22.
22. All right. Uh-oh. TCU's got a lineman coming off the field. Oh, he's holding his hand. We're at the 49-yard line. We're almost to midfield. Dugan's dropping back for a pass. He's looking. He got nothing. Oh, he got crushed. He got crushed. Now, this is a bad spot to be in. Now you're in 2nd and long. I don't want to be in 2nd and long against Georgia. I mean, Dugan got crushed there. He held on the ball too long. Cannot hold the ball that long. Let's see. He goes back. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, 5, 1,000, 6. So in real life, he's 3 seconds, which is way too long. You got to have a plan for the football. You need to start climbing the pocket, too. Now you're in a definite passing situation, which means I would probably run the ball here. Buy myself some time. The screenplay is not going to do it. 1 yard gain on 2nd down, not going to do it. Run the clock out. Let's end the first quarter here on a good note. Let's not run any more plays. Georgia's got big time momentum right now. They are really kicking TCU's butt. But with all that said, we're gonna watch and see what happens. All right, Christian, you're gonna be in charge for about 5 minutes. I'm gonna go eat my food. Hunter's gonna talk to you. Kidding, Christian. Hunter will be here to talk to you.
Thank God. Do not put me in charge of anything.
Think so. All right. Well, while he's gone, I'm going to sit here and eat ice cream and watch the game and give you all my expert analysis of what they're doing. Currently, it's beating the shit out of TCU. TCU right now, what they need to do, they like to be this high-speed offense. They need to slow it down. They need to be real methodical with what they're doing. But something that TCU needs to not do, TCU loves to do this. TCU loves to sub. Georgia loves to sub their linemen. If you look at the teams that pushed Georgia this year, they don't sub. They huddle. Because if you huddle, as NCAA rules are, if you huddle and don't sub, the defense can't sub either. It's a lot easier to play offense a little tired than it is to play defense tired. Playing defense tired is hard. And every coach will tell you that. And you're taking away one of Georgia's great talents is subbing. Georgia's very good at subbing their players in and out. But if you go and you can put them in a situation, or if you can put them in a situation where they can't sub and they can't rotate their linemen, you can wear their linemen out and really operate your offense at high speed. So what TCU should do is do what it takes to get to a first down. And then, slowly work down the field. And then once they get once they get inside the 20, 25-yard line, I'd call it that they can be the near red zone, so like the 25 or even the 30. Then you can go fast.
High red.
Yeah, the high red zone. And then you can go fast. And you can go, and again, don't sub. Force Georgia to play tired. Right? Georgia's great talent, conditioning equalizes, even in college football, high-level college football. If your conditioning is a lot easier to have on offense than it is on defense. Playing defense tired, those big boys get tired faster. It's just a fact in life. So if you can go and operate fast and they can't, and they're struggling, they're trying to sub and you're not subbing, then they're going to get late penalties. They're going to get 12 men on the field penalties. It's free yards. It's free downs. It's things that you can go and exploit. So again, do not let Georgia sub consistently, or they will you're allowing their defense to do exactly what they want. That's my 2 cents on it. I think TCU should go and really force Georgia to play with the same 4 linemen every down. All right, let's go. Let's see. I'll mute myself so y'all don't have to hear me eating. It's gross.
Back.
That was a good play because I think you can go for it here. You actually probably need to. You got about 7 yards to go, maybe 5 on the 45-yard line. You got to go for it. This is quarterback run time.
I still am way far behind.
I don't agree with punting here. I think that's a bad decision. Yeah, I would have ran my all-star quarterback instead of punting. So TCU, they're coming out in a true 3-3-5. They got 3 safeties on the field. I think that they need to get a little bigger up front, or else this run game is going to keep crushing them. But maybe they want to keep the deep pass from killing them. So we'll see. That's just good old split zone.
Well, this is where we're winning the field.
I don't want them to have to hear me eat. It's gross. I'm doing the play-by-play. I eat, I pause, they play. I'm getting in between. That's my rest. All right. 2nd and 8. There's another run. Oh, play action pass. He's looking probably towards the tight end. Yeah, there's Brock Bowers. I don't know if you'd call that a tight end leak. Probably a tight end leak over. In fact, that's probably exactly what it is.
Tight end drag. He's on drag route.
Yeah, but he was on the leak. He was on the leak motion when he came in and back out. Sets a bet season right there. He was looking to run, saw him, went back to the pass mode. Great transition there on the run for the quarterback. Fake the toss. He's looking deep. Sets his feet. Slings.
Got it.
Oh yeah, it's just that's that Seattle route. He threw it a little bit behind him. If he threw it in front of him, he probably scores. TCU is not handling these circular routes too well. They're getting killed by wheel routes and Seattle routes. Let's see what Georgia does here. I think they throw it again. There you go. Traditional inside zone, and TCU's ready for that. That's a real easy run blitz right there, especially for Joe Gillespie. That's something he really harps on is stopping the inside run, and that's TCU's been good at that all year. It's the outside that you can beat them. All right. Got passing formation, passing look. He's making checks for it. Knew where he was going the whole time. That's probably pass interference.
No, it's out of bounds. Receiver's out of bounds.
What was one here doing?
Shoving him out of bounds.
Let's see here. He's looking back to the ball. It's actually perfectly legal defense.
Just a little contact, not too much.
Well, as long as your head's turned back to the ball, you can basically mug him.
Well, TCU corners are definitely going to get some concessions against some of these guys.
Yeah. Or 5 wide.
Finish running with the middle.
No. He just checked out of it. TCU's too loaded up to run up the middle. Let's go run to the outside. There you go.
They're gonna have to put bodies on him.
Hard when he's
getting way too free.
Yeah. Real quick, I'm gonna mute myself so y'all don't have to hear this. Quarterback rollouts, you get a lot of leeway. He's making the play call. Let's see here. We're in a monster stack. All right. Check the line. Just saw the blitz coming.
It's the same play. They didn't move the ball at all.
He's still on his feet. He's down now.
Momentum stopped.
No Michael Dyer moment there.
I just think they hold the whistle too long on those plays.
This is going to Brock Bowers.
I still don't.
Oh, goes to the running back on the leak route. Too easy. Got those guys getting space, speed and space. That's something that Mike Leach, rest in peace, would tell you. Speed and space is all you need on offense. And in fact, the Georgia offensive coordinator was a Mike Leach disciple. The Georgia runs basically a version of air raid. It's a little bit more pro style, but there's quite a lot to it. A lot more downhill running involved, but the route tree and passing concepts are very air raid. Todd Monken. That's his name. Classic twin back set. Brock Bowers in the backfield. He's going to either be lead blocking or they're handing the ball straight to him. Yeah. Just classic outside zone. Really, it's off tackle. It's actually just off tackle. I have twin back. You fans of the classic veer, that's a classic veer play. Yeah. He just beats all of them to the outside. Side to side, Georgia's just faster than TCU. I think that's going to be more and more apparent as the game goes on. Some camera people are getting jumped down and ugh. Fun fact, Randy Johnson, the famous pitcher, is also a cameraman. He takes pictures at ESPN events. So if you jump on him, he might hit you with the camera and it will hurt very bad. Yeah, that's quarterback Bash. The run concept was actually to the left and he just ran was to the right. He ran to the left. Back away from concept, touchdown, money play. Georgia extends the lead. TCU desperately needs to score on this next drive or the game could get out of hand very, very quickly. Oh, it's pin and pull. I'm sorry, I was wrong. It's pin and pull. Tackle pins, guard pulls, running back lead block, waltz in, do a touchdown, do a dance, couple sit-ups, couple push-ups, simple stuff. As the quintessential sports journalist that I am, I will admit that I am pulling for Georgia in this game, but I want a competitive game. I don't want Georgia to beat TCU 60-37. That would be completely boring. So, again, TCU desperately needs to score, and they need to probably go with my plan, mostly because what they're doing isn't working. So, hey, try me out for once.
All right, I'm back. Got to throw some grub down the old face hole. Yeah, we don't want to agree with Hunter too much, Pat. It makes his head too big. It's already big enough.
I already know I'm Ryan.
Oh, man. Oh, we got another guest joining us. He covers the West Coast like no other. He's a lifetime fan of the Trojans. Please welcome to the stream. Cool. Jude Santa Cruz. What's up, Jude?
Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing? Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah.
All right, cool, man. I'm about 2 minutes from the house.
Right.
I just wanted to let you guys know I am on my way. Say what's up and give me 5 minutes, and I'll be on my computer.
Game might be over by then.
All right, see you guys in a minute.
All right, Jude. We'll see you in a second.
No.
All right.
Not gonna be over 10 minutes. No, it's not. Nice. Losing for TCU.
I probably should have muted myself while I was eating my granola bar snack here. Who'd have guessed it? His head's pretty big. So is mine. 7 3/4 ish.
I have to get custom made hats. The regular ones don't fit.
The only thing Hunter got from me was the ginormous dome. All right, Hunter, you're back on for a minute. I'm gonna mute myself.
All right, I'll take over. What happened to Jude?
He's gonna be right back. He's almost home.
All right. You know, I'm not a fan of trick kick returns, but one wouldn't hurt here. You're kind of in that place. No trick kick return. The speed difference is striking. All right, Allstate commercial. He's a mascot. Currently ripping through the parking lot in a Mustang. Oh, there goes someone's bumper. He's not slowing down.
But Mustangs and crowds don't go together.
Yeah. Yeah, you're all worried about getting your channel taken down. You say stuff like that.
It's true. Like every time you watch somebody doing a burnout, here, hold on, mute yourself. It's true. Every time you watch somebody doing a burnout on YouTube in a Mustang, and there's a crowd of people standing by, the car always goes into the crowd. I mean, like it's like it knows they're there. It's like a homing. People are like a homing beacon for a Mustang. You know, like synonymous. You know, Mustang burnout, crowd. Mustang burnout, crowd. It just happens. The only problem is whenever he's talking and I have the mic on, I get this horrible feedback, and so it's real hard to listen. So it's easier just to mute him. So let's see. We've insulted everybody. We've been kicked off of YouTube twice. TCU's getting railroaded right now, but I'm still hanging out with Christian and Hunter. So Christian's mad. You can tell. See, he's angry. He's anger eating right now.
Damn. I'm still rooting for TCU.
I mean, like right now, they really, really need to put a sustained drive together and score the ball.
I know that.
They need you, Christian.
Does that say 1938 national champions?
Sure does.
Didn't A&M claim a national championship that year as well?
Me too.
All right, Hunter.
So Texas A&M has a national championship in 1939. It's awarded by the AP, so it's official. There's no trophies back then because I don't know, the Great Depression. It's a blanket actually. It's in their trophy hall. It's like a blanket. It looks like a homemade quilt. 1939 national champions. But as I always say, Depression era championships don't count. Anything before 1960 shouldn't count as a national championship anymore. It should be like, we've won, but it's like doesn't really matter. Like, the Packers shouldn't claim any Super Bowls from before the 60s or any, not Super Bowls, but any like world championships. No other, organization should either. Anything before 1960 doesn't count because, we don't need to get into why, but, everyone here with the cursory knowledge of history knows why. So, again, it doesn't count. Neither does the TCU's 1938 national championship or Oklahoma State's 1945 national championship or that 50-game win streak in the 50s that Oklahoma claims matters, and it doesn't. Most of Alabama's national championships, most of Notre Dame's don't count because they're all done before 1960. After that, though, I'll count it. But before that, Depression era stuff, nah, doesn't flow.
What's going on, Miguel Martinez? No, we got kicked off because we were streaming the game, and I guess that was a no-no for YouTube. All right, he's back. Maybe. What's up, Jude?
Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing?
Oh, pretty good. So we've been kicked off the air twice tonight.
Yeah, I never even thought about that, but I guess for smaller games, it's not as big of a deal. Last year, or I think it was last year, Justin Dow didn't have cable, so he was kind of just listening to the game like however he could. And I turned on StreamYard, but just kind of like without being on StreamYard. And he was just watching it through my screen, but then he started streaming it through my stream. And they did the same thing. They cut it out, and they gave him a strike to his channel.
We might get 2 tonight.
Uh-oh.
It's all right.
What's that
Our
mean?
37-ish subscribers will have to follow us. I mean, our 500-ish subscribers will just have to follow us to wider right CFB.
Yeah, wider right.
So what's the score right now? Last I saw was 24-7.
Still 24/7.
Sadly.
So is it going to be 65-10, or is it going to be 42-21, or is it going to be 35-31? Is there going to be a comeback? What are you guys thinking?
Ooh,
Well,
that was
come back.
awful.
Stetson Bennett just arm punted the ball.
No, it's not Stetson Bennett.
I mean, Max Dugan.
He just punted the ball?
Just do an interception. Arm punt.
Jeez. What's up, Miguel? What's up, Pat? What's up, Bachi? How you guys all doing?
Ooh.
All right. Yeah, so look, he's not going to set his feet here on this throw. Never set his foot. He threw, and he way overthrew it. That's so normally I'm a fan of putting out way out in front, but with the deep safety like that, you actually got to force the wide receiver to come back to the ball. And Quentin Johnson's plenty big enough he can get back to the ball, but he basically threw the ball falling down, and that's why it floated so high. You've got to drive through the ball on that. And really, it's because he's a redhead, so he has no soul. So it takes something away from being I'm kidding. Oh man, this is.
Wasn't their last stud quarterback also a redhead?
Good old Andy Dalton.
Hey, your children are probably redhead.
Well, I've got my Dr. Pepper, and thanks to my brother, my Christmas gift, I'm going to make this Dr. Pepper Irish.
Yeah,
I just got to make
Georgia
sure.
is probably going to go for the end zone on this play, if I had to guess. We got quad right, 2 tight ends in the game. They're either running the ball or this ball is going deep. It's one or the other. Yeah, running it. Okay. No, this defense is starting to get a little wore out.
Question.
Yes, sir.
Switch. Go back a week. You think Georgia was just, rusty? You think Ohio State was that good, or you think TCU was just lucky against Michigan? Like, what do you think if this game was played a week ago, like as a first round playoff game? Do you think TCU puts a scare into Georgia the way Ohio State did?
Two big things is that with the TCU against Michigan is that 2 pick sixes. That is just, that's hard to overstate how deadly that was for Michigan, and 2 dead drives inside the goal line. Again, very, very hard to come back from. Essentially, Michigan had 4+ turnovers. I think fourth downs that aren't converted are turnovers, and that's essentially what those were.
A turnover on downs, right? Shoot.
Yeah, but they don't go. It doesn't go on the turnover sheet, but that's what they are.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah, so it was killer for Michigan because 6 points. If Michigan had 6 more points, they're playing Georgia right now. Now, I don't think they're doing much better than TCU would. I think that basically Georgia, they dominated their schedule all year. I think Ohio State came out with a very good game plan to attack Georgia, and Georgia was a little bit sluggish, especially throwing the ball. Stetson Bennett did not look good up until about the last 10 minutes of the game, and then suddenly he remembered that he was the best walk-on quarterback in maybe ever. And that was a really good play by the running back to stay on his feet. That's very hard to do. Anyway, it's called contact balance. And you know anyone that's trying to play a running back, they need to learn contact balance and probably go, do some ballet lessons. Not kidding. It's actually really good for contact balance and being a very good running back as you play sports. Look at that. Oh, man. Keeps his feet moving.
I know there's not much to talk about tonight anyways. We can analyze stuff we saw last week if you guys don't mind. What do you guys think about that other the Ohio State again against Georgia? You think if Marvin Harrison doesn't get hurt, you think Ohio State has a chance to pull that out still? Even on that play that he got hurt on, he almost caught that ball and laying down flat on his back in the back of the end zone.
Georgia had a chance to win the game. I think it works out that way that, there's also, okay, let's say he doesn't get hurt, but let's say Keely Ringo doesn't play his worst game of the year. Then what happens, right? How good is Georgia then? I don't it's I say it with Texas all the time because even though I'm a Texas fan, I always like to tell I'm always I don't like to play the if, ands, or buts. It's if this do they still win? Do they still lose? I think Marvin Harrison being on the field probably puts Ohio State positioned to win that game, but then again, Georgia may have adjusted a different way to keep him from getting the ball because after that point, it's Ohio State lost all offense.
Yeah.
Look, look, we're talking about all these what ifs. If my sister had balls, she'd be my brother. All right.
My aunt had a dick, she'd be my uncle.
Exactly.
Shoot, in today's society.
Chris is shaking his head.
What's up,
Chris? He's heard these jokes 100 times.
It's cool. It's
I
cool
just
you
hear
got
that.
your own channel now.
Oh, he got it. He got it. Oh, they're calling it incomplete.
What happened? My stupid TVs are behind. What happened?
Hey, what channel was it on? Fox Sports?
Yeah, he's out of bounds. It's incomplete.
No,
no, it's on ESPN.
Oh, by the way, I was saying that because I was across the room and I just randomly hear that comment.
Oh. Well, who do you think I got the comment from?
Probably my dad.
Ronald Whitley Sr.?
Yeah, Ronald Whitley. No, it'd be Ronald Whitley Jr. is his dad.
Oh, that's right. You were using your grandpa's account. That's right. Ronald Whitley Sr. That's right. I see you commenting on my channel, on your channel now. That's cool. It's just as Christian. That's cool, man.
Well, this guy is Chris. Oh no! He can score.
No.
Brock Bowers is simply ridiculous.
Is Lindsay coming out?
I don't know. I've texted him a couple times. It's
good blocking. That is a great throw. looks off the linebacker. Linebacker gets back to it too late. I mean, that's pro level stuff right there. You know. All right. Let's see what Georgia
And
does
if they
here.
can stop them in these next 2 minutes, man, 24-7 is not insurmountable. But they can't go in 30 down 31-7 against Georgia. No freaking way.
They need to create a turnover. If they don't,
They absolutely
I don't
do,
like to
man.
call games over, but it could be.
The problem is they're kicking. They got to kick the ball to Georgia too, and start the second half.
That's right, because they went 3 and out.
Yeah.
Oh.
I had the radio, the game on the radio at work, and it was pretty loud. And my boss tells me, he's like, "Hey man, we have customers. You got to put that lower." I said, "Well, I can get sick real quick." And he's like, "All right, just leave it on."
Well, Lindsay texted me, "What time is the thing?" I was like, "Now." Oh.
Come on, man.
Hunter and Jude both get the text message, so you know they know what's going on. All right, we're at a commercial break right now. Watching it about some kind of watch. I don't wear watches, so that would exclude me from
Apple Watch.
an Apple Watch.
Oh, the little 14.
What's up, Ken? How you doing?
East
Ken.
Coast Ken. Bocce was here.
Coast, Ken.
We have Miguel Martinez watching, or he was. We have
Jorge
CB
Vato Brown
watching.
Eminem in the house. What's up, man?
We've had Raging Cage Garage was on a minute ago, but that was probably 2 streams ago actually, because we've been taken down twice, so we can't watch anymore because the channel could get shut down soon. That's like, hey, what the hey? You know, we might as well just get, last stream of the year, might as well just go all out and just get shut down. You know what I mean? Like, why not? Next year will be wider right CFB, or wide left CFB.
Hey, we can do this, can't we? Hold on. Let me see if this works.
You can't show the game at all. Like,
No, I'm not.
No ESPN.
right. Because if it gets shut down a third time, I'm just going to bed.
Just put my screen on and see if we can do that. That's just
we're gonna get pulled down.
Really just for that, huh? Wow.
Yeah, we're gonna get pulled down. I can almost promise you. We got the stream. I'd be surprised if we don't get pulled down right now. But
it was less than a second. I think it's fine.
Hunter's blowing ass over here, like right at me.
Hey, get over it.
Yeah, no. If you saw that a minute ago, that was YouTube AI. That was not what you thought it was. No,
It was only in Minecraft.
they pulled the second stream down like within a minute. Ooh, that's hell of a good block. Hell of a good block.
Man,
I'm looking back to see
the guy on the club right there.
and it was like right after you said something, we were like down for like a minute and we didn't realize it.
Yeah, I don't want to get another. I'm sure we're gonna get probably 1, if not 2, copyright strikes off of this deal, which is all good. Like I said, this is all for fun. We're not trying to get successful or famous off this deal. We're just trying to have some fun. But YouTube just doesn't see it that way. It's all right though.
I don't think it's YouTube, man. I think it's ESPN and ABC. I think they're the ones that are like scouring the internets, making sure no one's, because at the end of their video, it's going to say something to the effect of any rebroadcast of this or any usage of this broadcast needs to have the express written consent of ABC, ESPN, and the NFL or something like that.
Disney.
Yeah.
Disney World.
Back on?
TCU burning timeouts here.
You should.
I don't know. They're gonna have to get turnover here. I don't see how they're going to. I think Georgia's going to stuff it down their throats here. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't run another zone read play and Stetson Bennett doesn't pump it into the end zone. Man. It sucks. I mean, I wish the game wouldn't be such a blowout right now, but I think we're kind of going to get what we're going to get. So, but it is what it is. It's good for Hunter. Hunter wanted Georgia to win.
I wanted a competitive game.
Now, is TCU going to be ranked number 2, or is Ohio State going to be ranked number 2?
No, I would say Ohio State's probably going to be ranked number 2.
Usually they stick with whoever was in the championship game, but I mean, this is going to show you that.
Or Michigan. I don't know.
It doesn't matter. It's a love triangle because Michigan beat Ohio State, but TCU beat Michigan, and Ohio State damn near, they were a wide right away from being in this game. Or was it wide? Actually, that was just kind of a shank. It wasn't really wide right.
Close only counts in horseshoes and hands.
Yeah, he hooked it left. He did hook it left. To be honest with you, second place is first place loser. If you don't win the game, then it didn't matter. First through 131st. Huh?
It's gonna be Bama.
But yeah. So.
Since we're on the subject of national championships, shout out to the South Dakota
State.
Oh, sorry, wrong.
So since we're on the subject of national championships, shout out to South Dakota State for winning the FCS national championship yesterday. They blew out their rivals, the North Dakota State Bison, 45-21. And actually, it was a pretty good game. Turnovers just killed North Dakota State. Y'all know me now. That I love myself some small school football, and it was cool. It was a cool game to watch. Some of the highlights of a lot of running, a real classic football game. Well, South Dakota State, they run the ball, but they run it out of shotgun. It's like if Rich Rodriguez could just have his own program again, that's exactly what it would look like. A lot of quarterback running the ball, a lot of other guys running the ball.
Why do you think Rich Rodriguez's programs didn't work in Arizona or anywhere else other than West Virginia?
They didn't work in Michigan because the boosters didn't like him. And they also didn't give enough time. You just needed time to get the guys in there. And by the time the guys that he needed in there were there, Brady Hoke comes in, has one great season, and then once his guys show up, they start sucking again. I don't know. Arizona, they're actually good, but Arizona has a limit on the talent it can acquire, right? Arizona's never going to out-recruit USC, out-recruit Oregon, out-recruit UCLA even. Arizona's always going to be stuck as, the 4th or 5th best school in that conference for the rest of the time. And then once USC and UCLA leave, it's not going to be better than Oregon or Washington. Those schools have so much more history and tradition and just resources behind them. But Rich Rodriguez now is at Jacksonville State, and that's he kind of just does well at those small schools where he's allowed to go and get really good players, but you have to let him control the program. And Georgia, by the way, just pounded it in over the top of TCU's defense like it was nothing. I mean, it looked like this is just road clearing here. Too easy, Tutter. So, yeah, but that's kind of my thing. I think what happened with Rich Rod. Also, his offense, it didn't evolve, I think, enough. I think he was kind of a little stubborn to evolve till it was a little too late, like with modern college football as it was going. So I think that's what kind of hurt him. But, I still think he's a good coach. But, yeah.
I think what hurt him is he got out of his natural recruiting pipeline of Florida. I mean, the guy lived in Alabama and Florida, and he picked up all these undersized 3-stars like Pat White and Steve Slayton, and he's able to bring him up to I mean, he's going to just nab these guys out of South Florida or out of the South, because guys will go to West Virginia because they're not getting picked up by Florida State or Miami or Florida or Bama, and they got to go somewhere. I mean, Pat White was out of Daphne, Alabama. Talk about a steal. That guy was just, they were a Pat McAfee bad kick away from going to the national championship game. I mean, they were a great. That was a good team. If Pat McAfee hadn't missed 2 kicks that game, they'd have played for a national championship. And I tell you what, Steve Slayton and Pat White would have been almost impossible to stop in the national championship game.
They were almost impossible to stop the whole year.
The only person that stopped him was Pat McAfee.
Steve Slayton. I mean, his rookie year in the NFL, he had a great year in Houston, but for some reason or another, I think they went to Arian Foster after that. But
so the problem with Slayton is they asked him to put on too much weight. He got too big for the frame, and so it's not effective. It's not like Reggie. Like Reggie was like, once Reggie put on like about 20 pounds of muscle, like that next size up, you know, he was able to play with that weight because he was kind of a bigger dude. But Steve Slayton wasn't that big, and he put on that weight, and it was too much weight for him. I think it wore him out real fast.
That rookie year he had was good though. He had like 1,200 yards. I think.
Oh yeah. And then they got Arian Foster, who's a little bit more of the kind of running back they like. But no, I think they still have Slayton a little bit lighter and let him just run the ball around. Why is this lens wet? They're playing inside. Somebody dumped champagne already?
It's like semi-open. I don't know how it's wet though.
I don't know. All right, Ken. Ken has a question. He goes, "How can you tell your mom really loves you?" How's that, Ken? She does not put you up for adoption. Oh, he's just looking too long. He's gonna get tackled here. If I was Georgia, I'd start calling timeouts here.
Get another score.
Yeah. Try to go up 45-7 by the beginning of the third quarter. This guy has to be the most epic comeback in the history of college football here.
I think TCU still has a chance.
They have a chance to catch an early flight home if they play their cards right.
I think they have a tiny chance to win.
They have no chance to win. Zero. Right now, if you wouldn't put $1 on TCU in Vegas, you would win like about $4 million if they won. You got no chance. All right, hold on a second. Hunter wants to talk.
No, I was telling you to go to the comment.
Huh?
Go to the comments.
Why is that?
East Coast Ken's.
She takes the batteries out of her special toys for your Xbox controller. Come on, Ken. This is a family issue. No, I'm kidding. This isn't.
Special toys?
You know, Bob.
Let me think about that.
Battery operated.
You didn't get it?
Yeah, I got it.
That toothbrush she takes in her room.
Oh, dude, I almost had you guys almost saw splatter all over my Dr. Pepper all over the screen.
Oh!
What?
Almost a walk-in pick six here.
Oh, this game is.
Wait, 1 second. Did not see this. Throw it, catch it.
This game is over.
Let's go, Georgia. I switched. No.
You switched to a winner.
There was like the small chance. There was no chance anymore.
Was there just
No, it wasn't pick six. He just threw a bad pass as an interception. George's got the ball like the 20.
Oh,
Where'd Hunter go?
Yeah, they got it's right there.
Yeah. Right now, Georgia's on the 22. They're in shotgun. I'd be going for the end zone right here. Absolutely. Touchdown. Oh, big defensive play. 26 for TCU. Steps up and swats this thing out of the sky. Well, that's the one thing that Georgia's going to have to watch out for. If TCU picks off a pass here, if they can somehow get a turnover late, then they could take some momentum. But if Georgia scores here, it's almost, you're talking a 28-point differential. I don't know. Or what? That would be a 31-point differential. It'd be insurmountable. TCU needs to hold Georgia to a field goal attempt right here. Cannot let them get up by more than 4 scores or the game's over. That's 6.
It's over.
Yeah. I actually think it may have gotten picked off. He had one arm on it. I don't think it's a tie.
Okay,
Control goes to the.
I think game's over now.
The ball. It just has one arm on it. Hold on, I gotta see a replay on this.
I just saw the touchdown. I am so far back.
No, it's 6. It's touchdown.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the defender should have done is he should have gone and just tackled him before the ball got there, because it would have only been a half the distance to the goal. Because they would have run out of time. Ooh. All right. So, anyways, let's talk about earlier in the season. Let's kind of dive back a little bit further post Heisman, between the Heisman Trophy and now, because obviously this game's not going to go very well. Let's talk about bowl season. Jude, you got anything from bowl season you want to talk about?
Yeah, USC choked. Stunk it up. And you can't even say that they stunk it up because they didn't care, because they put up 40-something points, but typical freaking Lincoln Riley, man. Soft-ass defense.
What do you think? What changes do you think they need to make in off season?
Hire Dan Quinn as your offense as your head coach. Because it could. You think I'm kidding? USC's always going to have stud recruiting classes. They're going to have offensive players that can do stuff. Get a defensive coach to run the defense and hire a stud offensive coordinator. Get Cliff Kingsbury to come in and run the offense. Dan Quinn and Cliff Kingsbury will win the national title next year.
What are you going to do with Lincoln Riley?
Especially now that Cliff Kingsbury's available.
Yeah. You want to talk now, Hunter? All right. I'm going to kick you over to Hunter. I got to go make a pit stop.
All right.
You got to keep Lincoln Riley. I mean, the guy's an elite play caller. But Alex Grinch, that's my whole deal with Lincoln Riley. I like Lincoln Riley a lot as a coach. I think he's an excellent coach. I don't know why he's hitched his career wagon to Alex Grinch, a guy who's proven his defenses can't stop anything. It was almost a big return for TCU. Almost. Don't get up and talk shit. You're losing really bad. No. You get up and all right, let's go play because I can't talk mess. You're getting your butts whooped. But no, you got to keep Lincoln Riley. It sucks to lose to Tulane, but I mean, you lost to Utah. Again, they need to go and get a different defensive coordinator. Alex Grinch isn't the answer. It's obvious at this point. The defense was a problem at Oklahoma. It's now a problem at USC. It's always going to be a problem unless Lincoln Riley learns that hitching my ride to Alex Grinch is losing me football games. Because, I mean, an offense that puts up 500 yards shouldn't lose. Your quarterback shouldn't score 5 touchdowns and you still lose. That shouldn't happen. Especially against Tulane. Unacceptable, really. Other great bowl games, though. I mean, we could talk about any other bowl games y'all want to bring up. I've probably seen all of them.
There were a bunch of good games.
Shout out to Lindsay for joining the stream.
Hey, guys.
What's up, Lindsay?
Sorry, I'm late. I had no idea what time this was supposed to start. Cass texted him like, "Hey, what time's the thing?" He's like, "Now." I'm like, "Oh,
oops."
So I'm still finishing up some work stuff. So,
okay. Yeah, well, we won't go to you too often. Then we'll let you take care of business.
Oh no, just
he's working.
Let me look at some of these bowl schedules, these bowl games.
What's up, Lindsay?
sorry I'm so late. I don't know. I got no excuse, no reason. I just didn't know what time it started.
Well, it started at like lunchtime in Jude's area.
Pretty much. I went to lunch from 2:30 to 3:30. I think the game kicked off at 4:30.
So check this out. I saw something interesting last night. I didn't have time to check the numbers on it this morning because I was just a little too busy, but let's see. This guy's got 7,800 views on his video right now.
Who?
Look at that, Lindsay.
Which video? Was it
The
the
one you
Mako
put out
player?
yesterday? Yeah,
The one where I'm making fun of Mako.
yeah.
That was a good video. I watched it.
So I know a lot of other people. That one's.
I was looking at that and I was like, man, that much more for the green handles. I looked at that, I was like, and I don't even like Nipex. Right. So there's my second strike as I'm holding my 3-piece Nipex set from Mako on the
TV. Not to drag football into tools, but are they in halftime right now?
Yes.
Probably,
Thank God.
I just realized it's at halftime.
You know, Mark from Mid Atlantic Tools brought up a really good point that I completely forgot about. I didn't even realize until he brought it up. He said, what happens when you buy those green handled pliers and spend an extra $100 on them, and then Mako discontinues the green handles? One breaks, you have to get it replaced with a red handled one. You just spent all that extra money for the same pliers that you would have had $100 ago.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a good point.
I'm not a big fan of Matco.
No.
As Lindsay knows, I've tried to sell off most of my Matco. But we're not a Matco guy.
You do?
No, we don't.
Oh.
I had not realized it was halftime. I thought the game was over. Well, I mean, it still is,
over.
but like,
It's
yeah.
over since it began.
The game was over 5 minutes ago. You said you thought they could make a comeback.
Yeah, that's not happening. That's not happening.
That's not happening.
It's too late for that.
That's just funny. Nah, but man, Mako. I think Mako is more expensive than Snap-on. I did a little bit of research. Those you can get those that 3-piece same set. I think the same set, but in red. Snap-on doesn't put Snap-on on them. They just sell them as Nipex or Nipex. And I want to say that set on the Snap-on truck's like $185 or something like that, or $195.
That's, it's in the same ballpark as I sell them for.
Or you can buy them from your Coil Tools representative
and save $20 over the Snap-on price.
Man,
but even that, I mean, that's what you kind of expect that price. I'm
not even a fan of those pliers. Everyone thinks I'm crazy for that, but
hey, everyone's got their preferences.
You know what else is awfully expensive? That 3 or 4 piece exoskeleton adjustable wrench set. It's probably in that same flyer.
The Mako one?
Yeah.
I put it in the trash and Kathy put it in the bin. I don't know where it is.
So we're taking a little halftime break here. TCU and Georgia at halftime. Georgia leads 38-7. TCU's got to kick the ball off to Georgia, so Georgia receives the second half kick. And I would assume that Georgia's going to kick TCU's ass again into the second half. And we'll see who's the backup quarterback in Georgia, Hunter?
Carson Beck.
Was he related to Tim Beck?
No.
Huh? Okay.
Brock Vandegrift.
I'm sure we'll see the backups in. But Georgia's played a pretty good game other than a couple of penalties. They haven't had any turnovers. They forced turnovers. The defense looks unbelievable.
What's TCU got 3 turnovers now?
Yeah, too many turnovers.
Hey Lindsay, what do you sell the Stinger for? This I know you sell more Coast, but the Streamlight Stinger.
Oh, hold on.
We were watching a football game and a tool video broke out.
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
No, it's better than the game. The game is terrible.
Oh, let me get to my flyer. Where'd I put it?
For the 4 people watching, we thank you for watching.
Oh yeah, I didn't even. Boy, what a dope I am. Who's?
There's a pretty good chance that next year we're going to be on the wider right CFB podcast or YouTube channel, or the wide left CFB.
Hooked left.
Hook left.
Hooked left CFB.
We may call it chili dip. You know what I mean?
Oh, hey, Bocce. I'm sorry. My head's been in other places tonight. Thank you again for the blanket. It's been fantastic. My wife loves it. We're getting some good use out of it.
Have you spilt anything on it yet?
No, but the dog tried to commandeer it. We have a miniature dachshund who will grab a blanket off the back of the couch and roll herself up in it. And she would start tugging on that one. I'm like, you will not tug on that. Grab any other blanket, not that one.
Talk to your dog like that.
Hey, Cash.
What's up, Christian?
What's a strike to your channel mean?
It means it's like kind of like a bad mark. If I get 3 of them, they can remove the channel from YouTube. So all of our 500-ish subscribers are going to have to follow us over to wider left, or wider right CFB.
You got a strike?
We will by tomorrow or the next couple days. We're going to get copyright strike on this one.
For what?
Because I was broadcasting the game.
Oh, please.
We had 2 streams pulled down.
Wow.
This is our 3rd stream. That's why I got 3 links. But it's all good. You know, like I said, we're not trying to like make anything of this deal. You know, like we're just having fun. This is all about fun.
Yeah, I don't.
But
whatever.
It sucks that we don't get to stream the game because it was coming in nice. The Pentatonics did a really good job with the national anthem. The stadium is really good. Yes, Bocce. I love mine too. It was great. It's fantastic. I don't get to use it, but it's great.
Well, that's really accomplishing something to get a copyright strike against you. Good for you.
Maybe 2. We may have 2 in one day.
Ooh, wow.
You just never know.
All right, Jude, the Stingers. These are the packages. Well, you get a choice between the high lumen ones, the higher output ones, and the regular ones. The regular ones are a little bit less. And these are the light with a battery and a piggyback charger. And the high lumen ones are $269.99, and the regular ones are $229.99. That's my flyer price, though. I could always discount it. If you or anyone else is interested in buying one, I can discount it for an online sale or something. But that's what they are on the flyer.
All right, so I'm watching the halftime show, and I don't know where they got Nick. They must have gotten Jason Witten's old hairpiece and gave Nick Saban some hair or something. Number one, Nick Saban's got like this like dark brown hair, and he's got a lot of it. So, you know, they get like some Ron Popeil hair, or did they just steal some off that Jason Witten rug they got left over from whenever he was on Monday Night Football?
That was pretty bad when you had that rug. Now, cool. Thanks, Lindsay. I was asking because I was asking Matco on last Friday, and the non-high lumen one, he was telling me that he was the cheapest around, and he was the only person I checked. So I didn't check with Cornwell or Snap-on, but the non-high lumen one was $265. And I was
what?
Yeah, and he was telling me he was the cheapest around. I was like, damn. I said, oh, dude, I just looked. I said, yeah, that's a pretty good price. I said, but I'm all it's just still a little bit out of my price range.
Wow,
I thought that was pretty wild.
I mean, golly, I can give you the friend price on it if you want, which would be significantly less. But holy cow, that's
the stylus, the rechargeable stylus.
Yeah.
He sells for I think $165.
The pen light?
Yeah, the pocket one, the rechargeable one, but yeah.
Oh my god.
And the battery one's like $85, I think, or something like that.
That's outrageous. I got the stylus for $103.
What's up?
I was gonna say, We're doing a 7-on-7 at school. We have a 7-on-7 that we do always like 75% of way through the school year. We always do a 7-on-7, and it's I didn't do it last year, but this year I'm gonna do it. And so most of my coaches are hoping I would. So I'm looking forward to that.
Well, you're getting taller,
Don't
so
suck.
you should.
Yeah. I like one of my shortest friends is trying out, which is gonna be funny.
Unless he beats you and you don't make the team because of him.
Yeah.
No, everybody gets on teams.
Just giving you a hard time. I'm just giving you a hard time, Crystal. Just giving you a hard time.
If it was that way, oh my god, that'd be crazy. Where did I put it?
So, I guess we'll get to cover this subject one more time. So this is going to be Hunter's last week at the house. He's moving to Virginia here at the end of the week.
I don't know if you call it moving.
Oh man.
Well, he's going to Virginia for 70 days, plus another 100 days.
It's like plus it.
Yeah, he's gonna go to jail in Virginia. He's got some prison time. He's gonna go serve. I'm kidding. He's not going to jail. So he leaves for Marine Corps OCS on Saturday. We're gonna go take him there at like 4:00 in the morning to the airport, and then we won't get to talk to him for 28 days, which is the longest I've ever gone without talking to him. I've never gone that long without seeing him. A day or two at the most is most. So it's gonna be a big adjustment for me. And
Oh heck yeah.
so he won't notice because he didn't, like parents who, dad who,
We're gonna have to get you a stand-in son while he's away.
I have to get like a cardboard cutout of him. So
Something.
like,
Like
hey,
a stuffed animal or something. I don't know.
Well, when he was a little kid, he had this little stuffed dog, and he'd do like all these wrestling moves. He'd just beat the shit out of this damn dog. I think the dog since gone to doggy heaven here.
Flying off the top rope, elbow.
Oh, pretty much. I mean, like he was John Cena, and the dog was some poor bastard he was beating the hell out of.
You still have
So
it?
he's over there just like dropping the 5-knuckle shuffle on his damn dog all the time. That poor bastard died a gruesome death. I don't know what happened to the dog. I don't know. But,
Oh, it's a shame.
I would jump from the couch like to put like the elbow on.
oh yeah, I mean it was just. I mean you can imagine. I mean because he was a little guy. I mean he was like when he got to like kindergarten, he stopped growing until he was like in the 5th grade. So he was just this little guy, and he was just jumping and just beating the hell out of this poor damn dog. So, but no, he's going to Virginia, and yeah, it's gonna be. I'm excited for him. I don't think he's as excited. He's not going to lead on, at least. He's excited. But I'm happy he's getting to go do it. It's not something that everybody gets to go and do. So
No, that's nice.
But we're sitting here watching. I'm looking at Nick Saban's hair. I mean, this stuff is just not real. It's like they bought him some hair.
Ball spot.
Well, yeah, you can't just cover it all up and it look like Jason Witten's head. But
Well, I wonder if that was fake.
But anyways, we were just covering the game. So anyways, this is going to be Hunter's last show for this season and ours. This is our last show of the season. We're going to work on different formatting for next season, I think. Our weekday show is going to be pre-recorded, and it might be us dropping some segments in, or we might just get together just for 5 minutes or 10 minutes in each, or like I said, with 5 or 10 minute segments. Or we might just do like a 30-minute show to let you know what we're thinking about. I don't know how it's going to go. And also the Saturday night shows, we may not do it live every Saturday night. We may do I don't know. We got to figure it out. We got to look and see what we need to do. I just don't want to be a stream-only show, and I don't want it to just be a big collection of us on the screen. And also, I don't know what Hunter's going to be up to next year. I don't know what his availability is going to be. So he may be regular member. He may be supplemental member. I'd really like Joey to be back on the show in some capacity because Joey's an excellent member of the panel. So
maybe we can get a cardboard cutout of Joey.
Yeah, dude. It'd be like if it was Joey
really carefully right now, you can hear Joey Preciado pulling his hair out.
You could be like, this is Joey. This is Joey right here. Like, oh, you're stressing me out. Yes, you're stressing me out. But no. So we'll see.
Now, I don't know him but through the stuff we've done on YouTube, does he actually get stressed out, or is he just funniness?
I don't know. I can picture him at home pacing, thinking, "Oh, I gotta go live. Oh, let me ask you questions."
Oh man, Jude has actually met Joey.
Okay.
They have met. They have hung out.
Yep. He came down here and hung out for a weekend. He went on a service call with me. I was actually sucked at it. He came down. I forget what he was doing. He had to do something on the phone for work. And then I was all right, cool. And then I got a call. I was like, dude, I was gonna take him to dinner or something. And he's like, oh, dude, no, heck no. I'll leave my wife at the hotel. He's like, let's go. And he was all stoked to go and work on the side of the road with me. We did go to breakfast though. Next day.
Yeah.
That was real cool.
Lindsay and I got to meet an infamous YouTube personality recently. Infamous.
Trouble?
Trouble? I don't know. Bocce, are you trouble?
She didn't cause any when we were hanging out.
Of course, we didn't see her whenever she left, though. It could be.
That's true. There could have been trouble afterwards. We don't know.
Yeah.
Theo and Ken call her trouble.
Ah. I see.
I suspect that there's a ring of truth to it, but I don't know that for a fact.
Miguel Martinez, Miguel, if you're there, I see you commented not that long ago. If you're still here, type in the chat, man, whether you think Joey really stresses out or not, because you've known Joey as long as I have. This past New Year's, I talked to them both in individual text threads and through comments on YouTube. But on December 31st, 2 years ago, I had my very first ever live stream. And it was like a New Year's Eve live stream. And Joey and Miguel both came on. And then we just started talking and we were hitting it off really well. And that's how the Thursday night live stream started. We just started I started a Thursday night live stream and they were on there with me for almost a year. Was the three of us were always on. Miguel says he's always stressed out.
Miguel and the emojis are great. I don't know what the emojis mean until Miguel puts them in there. Then I'm like, that's what it means.
How old are you, Christian?
13.
13.
He's 13 going on 30.
It's been a rough life.
All right, Lindsay, PSA for tomorrow before we get back into the football game. You're probably going to have to go through the service entrance. They're going to be paving the road.
Oh, okay.
So I just shoot me a text or something whenever you get within about 30 minutes. I'll let you know what the driveway status is.
Okay.
Because I don't know if they'll be in front of the shop or not. So. All right, any second half predictions before we hop back into this?
Georgia.
TCU's going to lose.
Jude?
Final score 45-31.
What?
What kind of weed are you smoking over there?
I don't know. I'm not a mathematician, but I have a hard time understanding that one.
Jude, the eternal optimist here.
I should say.
Here's how USC.
There may be 78 points scored, but I'm going to guess that Georgia's going to have at least 71 of them. I don't know. Jude, I really hope that TCU can score 31 points. That means the game's going to get interesting at some point. The first half didn't show me anything. But we'll see. We'll see. All right, so let me ask you this question, Jude, because we need to have a talk about this Cowboys and Buccaneers game here.
Oh no.
Hunter's dreading this talk here. What do you think's going to happen on Monday night, Jude? A week from today. Do you think the Cowboys, they're going to continue the dynasty, or is Tom Brady going to beat them one more time?
Man, oh wow, it's so hard to say.
The list of things Tom Brady's beating this year are very short.
Now, I'm going to have an odd take. A lot of people are going to disagree on what I'm about to say because a lot of people like the player that I think gets way too much the ball in his hands way too much. But I think as dynamic as he is, he cannot be a 50-50 back. He has to be more of like a 20% of the time back. And we need to feed Zeke to pound that ball to make the linebackers and the safeties tired and beat up, but by the end of the game, so we can continue, so we can start throwing that ball. Tony Pollard doesn't give us that aspect of the game. If you go back 3.5, 4 years ago when Zeke was getting 1,300 to 1,500 yards a season, man, that's when our offense was unstoppable. And if we played like that, I think Tom Brady wouldn't have a chance, in his swan song in Tampa Bay. But the way it is now, we're probably going to get knocked out and go after Sean Payton in the offseason.
Look, I look at it, either the Cowboys win the Super Bowl this year or they fire Mike McCarthy and hire Sean Payton and win it next year. So either way, the Cowboys are winning the Super Bowl in the next 2 years. It just, depends who the coach is going to be.
Yeah. I'm pulling from, man. I mean, I am 100%. I just don't like the way Mike McCarthy calls games, man. Dan Quinn, man, that dude's he's killing it on defense. I think we had the widest turnover margin in the league this year.
It's one of the best of all time.
Yeah. I don't think that so these are my bold predictions for this year. I think Dallas beats Tampa Bay. They're just a little bit better. And the problem is your best player in Tampa is a 45-year-old quarterback, and he's pretty good still. But that's your biggest problem. Your second biggest problem, or the next thing the Cowboys are going to run into, is they're going to have to either go play in San Francisco or Philadelphia, and they're going to get beat there. They just don't. They don't have.
Frisco doesn't scare me with Brock Purdy, and Philadelphia, we own them as long as we're healthy. If we can get Tampa Bay is the team that I worry about. If we can get by Tampa Bay, I think we've got Frisco or Frisco, Minnesota, or Philadelphia.
Yeah, I told Hunter, I don't like Dak, the way that Dak is played. He's put up all these like ridiculous numbers, and he has this really high quarterback rating. Is that he puts the team in such a bad position with his poor decision making that he's really hurting the team.
Dude, as much as I love exciting games, dude, I'm just so sick and tired of being down 10 points with 8 minutes left of every important game. And all of a sudden, we have the ball with the last possession with a chance to win. Yeah, we win a lot of those games, but come on, dude, put it together. And Dak used to always protect the ball. I don't know why the hell he's throwing so many interceptions this year.
I don't know.
Lack of consistent run game. Also, the Cowboys have the highest pressure. Turn your mic on. They have the highest pressure allowed rate in the league. So basically, that means that defenses are beating the Cowboys' offensive line on dropbacks faster than any other team in the league. That makes it very hard to play quarterback. And yeah, the interceptions are bad. He's thrown 16 of them. He leads the league in pick sixes. But Patrick Mahomes has thrown 15 interceptions and only has 2 more touchdowns than Dak Prescott in 5 more games. I'm not saying Dak is completely absolved of like issues. Like obviously he made those decisions. He's made a lot of tight window throws and put wide receivers in position where they, if it's not a catch, it's a pick. It's tough. But I think that like the Cowboys have some deeper problems, and like the quarterback I think is not a problem. I think really like I'm not anti Kellen Moore, but I think that his like run in Dallas probably should come to an end. I should go seek out a different offensive coordinator. Also, like I harp on all the time watching NFL teams, they need to fix the offensive line. You know, they need to put more into it again, and go and get more linemen, or go get better linemen again. Tyler Smith was a great pick, but you need more guys like him. You know, you can't have Josh Balls and Tyron Steele's out there playing. It's just not getting the job done. You need some really, hog molly guys that can go and hold the line down like you had the last few years. You know, Zach Martin, he's a great offensive lineman still, but he's starting to get old. You got to get more guys around him, or else the team's going to get to suffer for it. And also, I like Zeke Elliott, but you need a running back that can be a home run hitter and a power back, like J.K. Dobbins or Bijan Robinson, someone like that. Just things you need like that.
Man,
Tony
Zeke
Pollard,
used
like
to
you're
be that guy.
Yeah, he lost that top end speed.
And
Tony
Tony Pollard, he doesn't have that size to go and pound the rock.
All right. So big stop by TCU out of the second half here. They got Georgia to a 4th and 3, and it looks like Georgia's going to punt the ball. We got to give a shout out to Chris Hodges, who's going to have a birthday on Monday, and he's a big Brady guy. I think Chris Hodges is from that New England area. He may live there currently, if my memory serves me correctly. So happy birthday, Chris. Congratulations for TCU getting a win. The first win of the game, basically. They got a good stop here. They shut Georgia down. Now they're going to get a penalty. They're going to be playing from behind right here. But you need to see some more zip out of TCU's offense right away. They need to come out. They need to look motivated.
They're probably going to run into the punter.
No, they didn't run into the punter. I think it's gonna be holding. The flag came up when they were down the field. It's either gonna be running into the punter. They're all wearing their hats, so I don't think he ran out of bounds. But it's gonna be something like that: holding, blocking back, something like that. It's gonna happen during the return. Let's see what the call is. Oh yeah, holding against TCU. Yeah, so they're backing up 10 yards.
So what yard line are they going to be on?
Probably about the 15, something like that. Yeah, so TCU, this is their chance. You got to go down, you got to score, you got to make a stop. Then you can get it to 21. You're only down by 3 scores if you can get it to 21. So really, these next 2 possessions are going to be crucial. And then you're going to have to get a turnover, or you're going to have to score on special teams. You're going to have to get something. You're going to have to change momentum, because right now Georgia still is holding momentum on TCU. TCU really needs to. They really need to get a big play. They're on the 10, not the 20, not the 15. So they're going to be on the 10. They need to go 90 yards, but they need to put a good, solid drive together. Keep their defense off the field as long as they can. I don't like running in zone into a pile on the first play. That play didn't go anywhere. That was a poor play call. Christian's asleep. I think Christian is asleep. Christian.
I'm awake. I'm watching.
Oh, you looked asleep.
Molly McGrath gets the sparkliest jacket of the night award.
She gets something else too.
Hunter.
Yeah, he's Western Massachusetts. I was going to say he's about as far west in Massachusetts as you can get. I think he said lower Western Massachusetts.
Well, that's where Chris is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What town, Chris?
And look at those emojis Miguel Martinez just threw down.
He's a regular. I mean, he's an aficionado of emojis.
Yeah, I have no idea what he's saying. But we're going to go with the thing. I'm going to say it's good. So
you're from Adams, Mass. Wow, that's way out there.
Adams, Mass.
Yeah, I'm a Boston boy myself.
Ooh. Georgia's big stop. It's 4th and 5. I would be surprised if TCU doesn't go for it here. No, they're not. They're going to punt it. Their wide receiver got Quentin Johnson got yanked on this play right here.
No.
I think he hit that left arm around his chest. Yep, that's pass interference.
Who's
that left arm is strapped?
Is Ringo on Johnson?
I didn't look to see. I think it was pass interference. He had his left arm pinned.
No flag.
Quentin Johnson should be. The whole deal is they've been pretty light with the flags in this game. So I don't know. But TCU need to do something different. You just can't roll out the same offense you just rolled out in the first half. You're gonna get blown up by 60 points.
TCU
needs to run the quarterback.
I agree. All right. Let's see what happens. Georgia's going to have the ball on their own 45. I would imagine.
Who did Georgia play last year in the title game? Was it Alabama?
It was Clemson, wasn't it? Or was it? No, it was Bama. It was where we played the SEC championship game. And they beat Bama down. Georgia's going to be the first team to go back-to-back national champions since when, Hunter?
2009, 2000. Oh, no. 2011, 2000.
And then who was before that?
I'm going to say it was 2003, 2004.
Yeah, it was USC. Yeah, they won one when the coaches poll gave it to them. And then they won another one by blowing out an Oklahoma team that shouldn't have been.
Then they ran into this guy named Vince, and something happened.
Lost when it was 4th and 5, and the national championship was on the.
My favorite thing is whenever Jude goes, "Hey, let's look at 2 pictures. I just found this random picture."
You guys remember this? Anybody remember?
It's a random picture. Yeah. They just you remember this?
Or the, hey, Vince Young's really religious. Look, he's on his knee right here.
Oh man, yeah, that was a good one. Before that it was Nebraska was the last back-to-back national champion.
Hey, speaking of, Doug Schmidt been here today?
Miami.
I haven't seen him. It was Nebraska. I'm positive on that one.
Sure, it's not 99.
I'm positive it's Nebraska. No, I haven't seen Doug. We kind of threw this as like last second. After the regular season was over, I kind of needed a little bit of a break. I got a lot of stuff going on with Hunter moving, and then, with the new shop and everything, I was really busy. So,
man, we went live a lot, man. I mean, how many seasons? We started week 2, right?
Yeah, we had a ton of streams. We've had a lot of streams tonight too. Thanks to everybody that's watching. I mean, for everybody jumping back in to come and watch the stream. I know we got dumped a couple times because of copyright, and I appreciate everybody hopping back on and watching. So, but it's been great. They have a mercy rule in college football.
About to find out.
Oh, there you go.
Obviously, they don't know. They wouldn't have played the game in the first place.
All right. So before we get too long, let's get our way too early national championship picks for next year. Who's going to be playing in the national championship next year? I'm going to say this. I know who Jude's going to pick. I'm gonna tell Hunter before both Hunter and I are going to go mute. I'm going to tell Hunter who I think Jude's going to pick to play in the national championship next year. And then when it gets to Jude's turn, we'll see if I'm right. Hold on. I'm going to mute myself, and Hunter's going to mute himself.
Watch it. I'm kind of an open book, so I haven't I really haven't hid my emotions throughout the season. So when I say the Lane Train is going to go up against the,
all right, Jude, who's going to play for the national championship next year? The 2023 season.
And USC.
What do you think? Ole Miss and USC?
Ole Miss.
You are one optimistic dude. Holy cow.
Is that what you guys said?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
That's what I was telling Lindsay. I really don't hide my emotions. I've been kind of vocal about these teams all year long.
I told her. So I was thinking that earlier today because I'm like, yeah, at some point we need to have like our way too early predictions. And I go, I know who Jude's going to pick. I mean, he's going to pick stinking Ole Miss and USC to play, and that's why I was like, I need to work this in. So I had to do that. I knew that you was gonna pick that. It's so great though. I love it. That's awesome.
What?
What happened?
Brock Bowers.
What? How's her fight song go?
What?
USC's? I mean, Georgia's. Oh, all right, Lindsay. Who's playing for the national championship next year?
It'll be Georgia and the Ohio State University.
All right, so is Georgia gonna go for the three-peat?
Yeah.
They get, Pat Riley's copyrighted that, so if you say three-peat, you gotta pay royalties. Yeah. Christian, who's playing for the national championship next year?
Just say 2 teams. It doesn't matter.
I'm the wrong person to ask. I'm too focused on the fact that 7-44.
Say any 2 teams. It doesn't matter. Just any 2.
Stop, dude. Oh, that's awful. That's awful.
You're killing Hunter with the talking to the mic like that. He had to pull his earbuds out. They hurt him so bad. All right, Hunter. I'm going to mute myself for a second. Pick 2 teams to play for the national championship next year.
Texas State. No. I'm going to go with the Dogs and go for the three-peat. And, might as well homer this one in. We go with the Dogs going for three-peat against Texas, trying to come back.
It's actually not the worst pick in the world. Texas has got a damn good recruiting class, and they may add one of the top defensive players from the SEC.
They did.
Did he commit today? He was on campus this weekend. So if anybody's familiar with Arkansas football, Jalen Catalon is all-world safety. Like as a freshman, he was a menace, like a absolute menace. And then he missed a little bit this year from injuries. So he's going to come in and he's going to be really good. And he'll probably play 1 year and then he'll be a one-and-done guy because he's going to go play pro football after that. But
who's that?
Jalen Catalon. That's going to be a name to watch. So Texas is going to have – this is where Texas is going to make their money next year on defense. They've got a guy coming in named Anthony Hills, the number 1 linebacker recruit in the nation. And they've got Jalen Catalon coming in, who, if he were to be considered a recruit, he would be the number 1 defensive back recruit in the nation. But he's got SEC experience, and he's a really good player. And then they add some other pieces around on their defense. Their defense is going to be really good next year. They're going to be like borderline top-notch. They're not going to be as good as Georgia's defense. So they're going to be different. They're going to be able to rush the passer a lot different than Georgia, and they're going to be able to edge rush. Where they're going to have to be better is going to be up the middle. I don't know if they're going to have the war daddies to go do it. Like they're going to have this guy named Tavondre Sweat, and he's going to go about 350, and he's about 6'5". He'll be about 350 pounds, and he's already a monster. And he'll probably be in the top 10 if he has the same season he had this year. Next year he'll be a top 10 pick next year in the NFL draft. And then they'll have another guy named Alfred Collins, and then Keandre Coburn. He's going pro this year. Byron Murphy. Yeah, so they have some decent talent.
Aaron Sorrell.
Yeah. So their defense is going to be really good. Don't sleep on Texas. Texas is going to have an SEC defense next year. Like they were really close this year. They had a really good defense this year. Their offense was kind of inconsistent. There was a couple times the defense got beat. But the Big 12 is a really hard conference. And Jude can tell you this because he sees a lot on the West Coast. When you go and you play teams that can absolutely just push the ball down the field through the air, they're really hard to beat. They're like really, really hard to beat because you can't go and play a team that throws the ball like Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State, if you played Oklahoma State, and TCU back to back to back, you're just going to be worn out. It's really hard. It's like going and playing Alabama, LSU, and Georgia back to back, right? Yeah. No, but seriously, I mean, like I mean, like your defense is going to be worn out from playing those teams. It's the same thing. It's just a real hard defense to go and consistently try to play against. But this is where Texas is going to be a lot better. They're going to be really hard to stop next year on defense. Their defense is going to be really aggressive, and they're going to be able to get home with minimal pass rush because how good their secondary is going to be. And then offensively, it all depends on how good Quinn Ewers is. And if Quinn Ewers can't handle it, the guy behind him is just as good as him, if not better. So, and then they're just adding offensive pieces. So, all right, Hunter wants to talk. I'm going to give him a chance since he's not going to be here next week to complain.
Yeah, basically all that stuff with Texas. What makes Georgia elite in defensive terms is like what I was talking about earlier in the game is their ability to rotate through their linemen. And that's like, if you want to be like, that's how Georgia can handle games against offenses that just go, go, and go. They're constantly rotating their linemen. That's what's made Georgia great. Like, that's why they can get after Max Duggan like this. Even though, he got the first down, but he prevented him from throwing a deep shot that could, reasonably give TCU some sort of life just because the speed they can consistently keep on the field. This is actually a crossfire blitz. Yeah, there it is. Boom, boom. That's hard to stop. But, I just picked Texas. I don't necessarily know that they'll be the national championship, but you know what? This is they're kind of getting to that point where you got to kind of see it out of them, or else you're just gonna have another Tom Herman situation where they're gonna say, coach is gonna say it's gonna be a national title season, and it's not going to be, and then your all world quarterback will go and be the only guy staying on the field. It'll just look bad. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I guess I'll go with Georgia going for three-peat and Texas trying to be back. Another likely team is obviously Alabama. Can never count them out. LSU. Yeah, Georgia just rotated in four brand new defensive linemen. I promise you, they're probably all 5 stars. They're probably all 300+ pounds. They're probably all faster than you. So it's just same thing, right? Look at the push they get. That's insane push. Georgia's gone to a soft zone defense. And what basically at this point, Georgia's willing to let TCU burn up 10 minutes of drive, and Georgia will walk away with the national championship without feeling bad about it.
If I were TCU right now and they were going to give me an opportunity to go and burn as much clock as I could on offense, or if I was TCU and Georgia was willing to give me as much time as I wanted to burn on offense, I would take it. I would bleed this thing down and try not to get beat by 55 or 60 points. I would really try to go and score 2, maybe 3 more times in the game, and then just take my licks like that.
How much longer is the live stream going to be going on for?
I don't know. Wow, do you want to hop off?
I'm probably about to.
All right. Well, you can go. You don't have to stay. You're not contractually bound here.
Yeah, I got to go on our workout in the morning. So.
All right, we'll go get some rest, Kristen. And I'll talk to you soon. All right.
Good night, Christian. It's good seeing you.
Bye, guys.
Later, Christian.
Oh.
Yeah, see, their backup linemen are just destroying TCU. But this whole thing, if you just keep running the same offense against them, it's just like the definition of insanity. You just keep making the same mistakes over and over and over again. But
those tackles just whooped them.
Yeah. But, Texas did the same thing to TCU's run defense. Their pass defense, they kind of lacked in. They let a couple of guys get away. But that's how I said earlier in the broadcast, Texas really manhandled TCU on the line of scrimmage. And you could kind of look at that and see what Georgia was going to do to them, because Georgia's got an even more physical line of scrimmage. Like their lines of scrimmage are really, really beneficial. So it's disappointing. Like I said, I think we all wanted a closer, more competitive game. But when you saw TCU beat Michigan, you kind of knew that this is what was going to happen. I think Michigan would put up a better fight against Georgia because they're built to go and face this kind of opposition. You know what I mean? Like a team that can get physical, they can get physical too. Like what everybody probably will remember whenever Michigan played Ohio State was how physical Michigan played Ohio State. I mean, Ohio State got beat up that game. Like C.J. Stroud had some like big numbers, but they got whooped. I mean, like Michigan punched them in the face and kept wearing them out. In the fourth quarter, Michigan did whatever they wanted. Ohio State couldn't do anything. So I think ultimately Michigan would put up a better fight, but I don't think Michigan would beat them. I think that Ohio State got pretty fortunate against Georgia when they played. I think they had a lot of good fortune. I think Georgia was really flat. They looked like a team. You guys probably remember this, but you remember like used to back before we had like the BCS and all that stuff, you know, like the guys whenever they go on like their Heisman, when they go for all the trophy season, they'd come back and they'd look kind of fat and slow. Georgia looked kind of like fat and slow after the holidays. They didn't look like they were really like, they look like maybe they had like some days where they're like, we're Georgia, we can just show up. Because right now they look like a team that's well prepared. They look physical, they look in good shape. They don't have guys that's like, you know, huffing and puffing, walking off the field. I mean, I know TCU and Ohio State are like apples and oranges, but they're not that far apart. They're still fruit, you know what I mean? So that's kind of surprising. It's like a tale of two teams. So,
yep.
Celtics won tonight. There you go.
Yep, sure did.
Oh man.
Hey, what does everyone think about? One second. I just had it in my. Let me see if I can bring it back up again. I was listening to you talk. I lost my train of thought, Kaz. It'll come back to me. I'm sorry.
Unacceptable.
Oh yeah. What does everybody think about a player that we talked about a lot this year? I mean, week after week, he was brought up by at least one of us. It seems like, but now he transferred from Wake Forest and he went to Notre Dame. What's everyone think about that for Sam Hartman and for the Fighting Irish?
I'll let Hunter go first because I have an opinion on this one because I'm a kind of a quasi Notre Dame fan. So I'll let Hunter go first, and then we'll go Hunter, Lindsay, Jude, and then I'll go.
Well, I got out front what he's going to say. He's going to tell you makes Notre Dame national championship contenders, and I probably could agree with that. Sam Hartman's easily one of the top quarterbacks in the country, and other than a couple bad games, you know, the guy's played excellent his entire college career. I think the only issue has been that the team around him stinks really bad. So he's now going to be around a little bit higher level talent, and there's no guarantee that they're going to be great. Notre Dame still has some issues defensively that they're going to have to solve in terms of like defensive talent. But if there's a year for Notre Dame to make a national championship push and the quarterback to be the reason why for the first time since probably Joe Montana took snaps for the Irish, this is it. You know, this is easily the best quarterback they've had since you know Joe Montana, right. I think. So he's better than Brady Quinn or whatever that guy was. So we'll see. Better than Tommy Reese, you know, better than all those guys. I definitely think. But we'll see how Notre Dame does. Like I said, I think the offense will actually be, you know, the best part of the team. The defense, it has to get physical. It has to get more physical. The defense has to be physically dominant this coming year for Notre Dame to be in the CFP. If it is, then Notre Dame could easily find itself back atop college football world. The offense though will be just fine. Probably top 20 offense, which is all you really need. You need a top 5 defense and a top 20 offense, and just like Georgia, you can be in the national title and you can be dominating your competition.
All right, Lindsay, you're up next.
It's not a bad fit for Hartman, given that Notre Dame's offense is rather good and improving. The receiver core, they've got a good offensive line. The running game is really good. They have a strong enough defense, too, that I think it'll balance out their team very well. I think it's a good move. I can't wait to see how differently they play with Hartman there. And, you know, easily he's such an experienced quarterback that it's a big upgrade for them. And I think overall they're going to be a better rounded team because of it. And I'm really eager to see what he can bring to it, given how he's been playing at Wake Forest.
What do you think, Jude?
I think it's a good fit. I think he's going to do well. I think he can step into that offense and do things that no one else can. He's going to not make the mistakes, that their quarterbacks have made in the past. I think it's going to be pretty good. He's a stud quarterback, man. And I agree with Hunter. I think he's just kind of like when Eli Manning was at Ole Miss, or Tim Couch at Kentucky. They were always competitive teams, or even like when Jay Cutler was at Vanderbilt, they had competitive teams, but his team held him back, and so I think playing with the team that's getting, top recruits like Notre Dame does, even though they can't, because of academics, they really can't get the players that Ohio State gets, but I think it's going to be a good fit. It's going to help them a lot. I think they have a chance to make some noise next year.
All right, before I give you my opinion, I'm going to say what's up to Raging Cajun Garage, our winner from our Wide Right CFB 500-ish subscriber giveaway. Raging won a prize pack worth the teens of dollars. He got 2 of our Wide Right CFB t-shirts. He got 2 $50 gift cards to Buffalo Wild Wings, plus some extra bonus cards. He got some posters and a football signed by the whole Wide Right CFB crew. It was pretty good. It was a prize pack worth the teens of dollars. And he's going to put the football up in his office whenever he moves into his new house. He's never going to take it out of its package. So we appreciate that. And then next year's giveaway is going to be even better. That's going to be for our 1,000-ish subscriber giveaway. And I know Bocce's over there rolling on the floor laughing. All right. I got to give some haze and what's up to everybody. Let's say hey to Chris Hodges. Happy birthday. I know it's a week from today. So when the Cowboys are stomping a mud hole in Tom Brady, happy birthday anyways. We're going to say hi to Bocce's Blankets and More. Bocce, you are our number one Wide Right CFB fan. You've been there for every stream. We appreciate it. And I'm saying that because you bribed Lindsay and I so graciously. We appreciate the bribes. What?
It's a Hey, that's a high quality item. I will happily be bribed by that.
Hey, you can bribe me any day of the week if you want.
Any day.
So any day. I am for sale. Pat CB, thanks for joining.
Man, a hooker bribed you guys. Wow. Well,
I know.
We're living in Roman times, Jude. Roman times.
Which ones?
The good ones.
Which ones?
All right, Miguel Martinez. We got to say hi and thank you to Miguel Martinez. The Brown M&M, as he likes to call himself, has been a tremendous supporter. Couldn't do it without him. Appreciate it. We're thankful we have Miguel Martinez with us. He is a great commenter. I have upped my emoji game so much more now since Miguel's been around. So I got to say thank you to him. And I think that's pretty much everybody tonight. I don't think I missed anybody. East Coast Ken. I almost forgot about Ken. And Ken's not a football guy, and he dropped in to say hi. So we got to say hey and what's up to Ken. Thanks for dropping in on us and watching a little football with us, even if we got booted from YouTube twice tonight. So that's got to be a record. I mean, we got kicked off twice. That's how dumb I am. So,
well, Bocce said earlier you had more streams tonight than you did during a week in the regular season. I think you've had more streams than an old man on diuretics.
There you go. I think Pat CV said that we put up a better fight against YouTube than TCU did against Georgia.
Yeah, that's true.
All right.
Wow.
Y'all ready for my here's my Notre Dame prediction. I want to say Notre Dame's going to be a contender, but I don't think they're going to make it to the national championship game. They're still missing a couple of pieces. Sam Hartman is an excellent piece to add, but I don't think he's the final piece. I like Marcus Freeman a lot. Like I said, I'm a quasi Notre Dame fan. I grew up a Notre Dame fan. It's just how it kind of worked out. But until I see it otherwise, they'll be competitive, but they're not going to be a national championship contender unless a few things fall their way. I know they have some good talent going there. They have Jaden Greathouse. He's from the Austin Westlake area. And Georgia scores again.
52
Through the air.
Yeah, this is my
Lad
surprise face.
McConkey. If you couldn't get any whiter a name, I couldn't dare you to find a whiter name than that. Lad McConkey.
Stetson Bennett the fourth.
I mean, Lad McConkey just screams like pasty white guy. You know what I
Is
mean?
that the receiver or the quarterback?
The receiver, the quarterback, Stetson Bennett.
He's still. I mean, not only that, but he's still in the game. Is what I'm asking.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Well, it's the it's the end of the third quarter. I mean, like, if Georgia, if they can score 75, we need to see it. That's all I'm saying. You know, is that too much to ask for?
No, heck.
Hey,
Do you think Lad McConkey's a whiter name than Stetson Bennett?
Oh, absolutely. Come on,
Really?
Lad McConkey
Okay.
says I get sunburned underneath fluorescent light bulbs.
But isn't it Stetson Bennett like the third or something like that?
Stetson Bennett the fourth.
Yeah, that even makes it more white.
If you say with a stuffy British accent, it sounds like Stetson Bennett the third.
It's Stetson Bennett the fourth. His father's Stetson Bennett the third. Silly you.
He's going to be after his college football career is over. He's going to go back home, live in his family's mansion, and ask his butler to get him Coke or get him a Coke and a donut or something.
Jeeves, bring a card around, please. I am going to be late for the game.
Pardon me. You wouldn't happen to have any Grey Poupon?
You want to hear the world's best Grey Poupon story?
Oh,
Absolutely.
man, hit us.
It was the early 90s. I was working for Boston EMS at the time, and I was working, I think I was third shift. So when you have your days off, you've got nothing to do when it's 2 o'clock in the morning. So a buddy of mine and I decided we're just going to drive around the combat zone in Boston, which at the time in the late 80s, well, 70s, 80s, and early 90s, the combat zone was a dark place. It was the seedy underbelly of the city. It was a dangerous place. You didn't really want to hang out there, but we were stupid and we were young. We decided we're going to go drive around, look at the hookers, and see what was going on. It was a great people watching place at 2 a.m.
Hey, it's funny, and I believe at that time Bocce may have been in Boston.
But whoa. Walking her Afghans on a corner
in there.
Walking her Afghans on a corner by the adult bookstore.
Yeah.
Different kind of hooking, but
different kind. But she was selling Afghans.
Like it was the children or like the people or like the blankets. People were like,
the blankets.
Well, you said Afghans in the 80s. They could have been refugees. She may have been in the trade.
They could have been, but I don't think she was involved in human trafficking. You know,
yeah.
Again, I don't know her super well.
She was in the alternative labor markets,
but I'm willing to. Oh, Bocce, don't take this from them. You don't deserve it. She's going to take your blanket back if you're not careful.
I bet she's laughing too hard right now.
You see a string of characters across the keyboard as he tries to type. All right. So it's a sultry summer night. We got the windows. I'm driving. My buddy's in the passenger seat of the car.
What kind of car are we in?
It was a 1988 Crown Victoria.
Oh, so you look like the Fuzz.
Not really. It had a soft top.
What color was it?
It was like a medium blue.
Medium. You look like undercover Fuzz.
No. Not that that came later. I actually had a police package Crown Vic later on. That's a totally different car for a different time. Anyway, so we're in my car. He's in the passenger seat. His name's Cliff, and it's a hot night, so we had the windows down, and we pull up to a stoplight, and some car pulls up on our left, and he has his windows down, and I'm not looking at the guy on the left. I don't care. Cliff and I are talking about something stupid, and then I see Cliff do this. He turns his head, looks across me, and he yells, "Pardon me! Do you have any Grey Poupon?" 2 a.m. in the combat zone. He's shouting to some guy who pulls up in the car next to him, right? If you think that's funny, just wait. The story's not over yet.
Oh, man.
I turn to Cliff and I
I don't
say,
know what's funnier, the story or Jude.
wait, we're not done.
Hilarious.
So I turn to Cliff. I'm like, shut up. What? Stop. Shut right. And I'm looking at him and he's looking across. He's still not looking at me. He's looking right across me. And then I see his face do this. Oh my God, he does. And I turn and look at the kid next to me, and he's holding up a jar of Grey Poupon mustard. Light turns green. He puts the mustard back in the glove box, flips it closed, and drives off. And I am too dumbstruck to move. I'm sitting there at a green light, not believing what I just saw. And Cliff is going out of his mind. He had it! He had it! He had a mustard! I don't believe it! And all I could think was, how long has this kid been driving around with a jar of Grey Poupon mustard in his glove box, hoping someday that would happen? And it played out exactly as he hoped for the one time in his life. And he was ready, like he practiced this 1,000 times. He was cool as a cucumber when the whole thing happened. He's just sitting there showing us the jar of mustard, pops it back in, flips the glove lid closed, and drives off.
Oh, that is
a great
awesome.
Poupon story.
That is awesome.
Couldn't believe it. Yeah, because he had this shrill voice when he got excited. He was losing his mind.
That's good.
I can't top that. I don't have anything to top that. It's an untoppable story.
That's a one in a bazillion lifetime stories.
What time of the day was this?
About 2 a.m.
Oh, nice. Was this on a weekday or a weekend or what?
It was probably a weekday. If I was on third shift, I was on third shift. My days off. We rotated our days off, so it's probably a weeknight or something like that.
Now, so you were an EMT.
Yeah,
you worked in IT. You were a baseball umpire. You sell tools. Man, dude, you got a lot of cool jobs.
Yeah, my first career was in EMS, and then I got out of that and got into IT management.
He also didn't you chauffeur for a while?
Did you say that I chauffeur?
Yeah, weren't you a chauffeur for a while?
Oh, a chauffeur.
No, I've got a nice mink here.
Well, when you said chauffeur, I thought something else.
Was this like 70s porn? You're showing
If I have to just fold down the front of my pants or something. I didn't know. I didn't do that. Oh, yeah. Years ago, I did as a side gig to get a little extra money.
Excuse me, Lindsay. Could you pull around the car?
I drove a chauffeur one night, and it wasn't for a company. My buddy, I don't know, he knew someone who had a limo, and it was his son's wedding. And for whatever reason, they didn't have a driver. And he's like, "Hey, you want to drive the limo for me?" And I drove the limo for him.
It's a lot of hours for not a lot of money. Even if you get a high end service, that the problem is they work everything in a prepaid deal, so people don't tip you much if they do at all, because it's already worked into what they paid, and you get a flat gratuity in there. And a lot of people do not care that you even breathe the air on this planet. You are nothing but a tool to them from there to get from point A to point B. If you want to feel completely disrespected, become a chauffeur. Drive a limo.
Yeah. I've had to work on a couple of the stripper buses there. And you never know what you're going to find in those things. They're kind of odd places. I went on there with the UV light one day. And I was like,
oh, why? Glove up.
If it's there, you gotta know. What is it? Blood, semen, urine? Which one? That was our guess.
You can tell me.
We actually filmed a video. We actually filmed a video in one of the. We went on the stripper bus with a UV light just to see. No, this when I was.
They took it to your shop to get worked on.
It was when I was at Malone's.
Oh, okay.
And so we went it because they have like those big buses. So I had to do an AC on one of them. The compressors went bad, so I had to put a couple of compressors on it. And but it was one of the stripper buses. You know what I mean? Like it had the stripper poles in there and everything. And so we took a video with the UV light, and you could see the biological formations throughout the bus. The grossest thing on there are the cup holders. Whatever they got all over their hands is all over the cup holders. So, and here's a strip club PSA. Hunter, cover your ears, son.
Yeah.
Don't ever touch the back of the chairs at a totally exposed strip club.
Just don't ever go. Look, you wanna see something? Just go.
Jude's talking to
online.
somebody. I think he's on mute. This listener movement. This is great. Hey, there's only 3 people watching. We can have a little fun. We can cut up a little bit here.
All right, I'm back. Sorry.
So, anyways, whenever Lindsay was a chauffeur, he got to escort someone around. Who was the most famous person he escorted around town?
There were some country music singers. I can't remember their names. They get radio time, and they're like regular big names in country music, but I can't remember them. I wasn't ever really in with that much. But most of the celebrities I saw, met, and had to interact with was when I worked at the Four Seasons Hotel as an IT analyst. That was unfortunate for a lot of reasons, but that was annoying. Oh yeah, I remember the Foxy Lane in Providence Spot. I never went though, but I saw a lot of pictures from friends of mine who went. And celebrities, most of them are horrible. Some of them are very interesting, who are willing to actually talk with you and not just treat you like a piece of trash. The nicest, there's some very. I had the pleasure of dealing with a few extremely nice, gracious celebrities. Diana Ross was fabulous, just an elegant woman and very nice, very polite. I routinely had to help out the I forget her name. She was the former First Lady of Texas.
Lady Bird Johnson. No, not Lady Bird. Laura Bush.
No, Perry. What was her name?
Wasn't Ann Richards' wife?
No, the former First Lady.
Ann Richards was.
She was governor.
She was also,
she was the governor.
And she could have been married to a woman.
Wasn't she also on the King of the Hill? King of the Hill?
Maybe.
And then the worst celebrity I ever had the displeasure of dealing with was Al Pacino.
That short little bastard.
Because he's too much of an imbecile to know how to use his card key for his room. And he kept locking himself out. And I had to go help him get back in. And they get mad at me that I don't know how to make a card key. And he starts chewing me out in the hallway.
I don't know how. I just watched
This is unacceptable! We got to get this fixed. I'm like, well, this is the correct card key. And his handlers were there, and they were trying to throw interference, but it wasn't working.
I would have said, listen, I'll kick your little ass out of this building faster than you can complain.
Not at the Four Seasons.
Well, we're getting Stetson Bennett is waving off. He is probably the greatest walk-on quarterback of all time. One of 2 national titles. Unless TCU, who we king. TCU could bring nuclear bombs onto the field, they'd still lose. So, big congratulations to Stetson Bennett. Big congratulations to the Georgia Bulldogs because this game is over.
It is not. There's 13:25 left in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. More time for Georgia to make it even worse.
No, but they're pulling Bennett, so they're gonna.
Here comes the comeback, boys.
Stetson Bennett III will be bringing his car around to drive off the field.
Well, since we got a little time, I have some more thank yous I need to give. I need to thank all of you guys for joining the panel this year. Hunter, appreciate you jumping in with us. It's been fun to get to share this time with you. we kind of knew that you were going to go to the Marines at some point. We didn't know how fast you were going to go. I was thinking it's going to be more like May, but it turns out it's going to be more like Saturday. I want to thank Christian for joining us too. Christian's a cool guy, and he liked being part of the crew, and that was awesome. I like to thank Joey. I know Joey doesn't like to do YouTube; he's pretty busy. He likes to watch, so I really appreciate Joey for being part of the program. Lindsay, thanks for hopping on. I always talk you into doing all kinds of goofy, crazy shit with me, so you're a good friend. Appreciate you.
Oh, it's my pleasure, man. Thank you.
You're doing this. I know you weren't the biggest college fan bumping into this thing, but I thank you for that. And then my dog Jude here, he's down for anything, man. That guy's badass. He's a good friend. And the second, I didn't have to finish asking Jude. He was like, "When are we starting?" I just, man, I didn't know what to expect, what we were going to do. We had a good time. I really, really did. And I look forward to next year. I think next year is going to be a lot of fun too. I can't wait because we all
get them wider right, wider left, or whatever it's called.
Yeah, maybe on a different channel next year. Just we'll just see how it goes. Y'all are definitely down for coming back, right? I'll put y'all on the spot here.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, Christian is, and then Hunter, I don't know. He may be doing it from a military base somewhere. So, but, yeah, for sure. And then we're still owed an interview by a big celebrity, a big Heisman Trophy winning celebrity.
I was going to see if I can get Al Pacino, but I don't know.
I'll pass on Al Pacino.
You sure?
Yeah.
He was really good in Any Given Sunday.
Yeah. Well, and he was good as Tony Montana and Scarface, but I don't want to talk to him. I like Taylor Swift music too, but I want to go meet her.
I wouldn't mind saying hi. Maybe she's nice. I don't know.
Okay, I want to meet her. Come on! I gotta have jokes. Without jokes, you got nothing. All right. We're gonna work on our guest list for next year. We're definitely gonna get our guests that we should have been. Should we let the cat out of the bag and let us know who we were gonna have, and then kind of ran into a little bit of an issue with. We were gonna get Jason White on the show. He's a friend of one of our friends. And
that's the second time that name was slipped on this.
Well, I'm letting you slipped it the first time. I'm letting everybody know we're not slipping.
No, I'm just saying this second time it was out. I slipped it.
Yeah. So Jason White was supposed to come on. His son's playing high school football. He had something come up, so he was unable to make it, and I didn't really push it because I didn't want to be that guy. But I do have some contacts with some former college football players, so we're gonna try to get at least a couple former college football players on.
We should try to get some current college players on. You think Stetson Bennett would be one of?
Well, he's not going to be current. He's going to be selling insurance somewhere in wherever he's from.
That's right. He's a senior.
We might be able to get a college football player, a current college football player or two on the show.
Sam Hartman.
I do you one better. I get the third string quarterback from UTSA. So,
all right.
So I know I can land that one for sure because I've got his phone number on my phone.
Don't you know someone that plays for Stanford or something like that? Didn't you coach?
No, he went to high school with Hunter. I wouldn't be able to get him, but I can get the third string quarterback at UTSA. That's pretty good.
I'll take that. Heck yeah, that's super cool.
Well, yeah, his dad and I are good friends, and I've got his number. I can call him, and then I may have another kid. It's going to be a walk-on at Abilene Christian. We can try to get him. And then I've got another one that played at A&M who would do the show if he would do whatever like if I called him right now, he'd pick up the phone. So we're going to bring him on. He's got some pretty good stories. Probably some we can't share on the air because
how long ago was he at A&M?
Last year. So
maybe we could get an XFL player to be on.
I don't know any XFL players. It's official. One of the kids I coach is an NFL player now.
All right.
Yep. His name is Vi Jones. He plays linebacker for the Seattle Seahawks. I coached him for one whole season. His dad is Robert Jones. He played linebacker for the Dallas Cowboys. And if he hadn't missed a tackle on Steve Young, the Dallas Cowboys would have had 4 Super Bowls in a row.
That and if Deion Sanders wouldn't have been draped all over Michael Irvin on a deep out.
Hey, look, had Robert Jones tackled Steve Young, it would have been 4th down. They would have turned it over on 4th down. So it's Robert Jones' fault. We're going to stick with that story because it sounded better. Because that's what I said. So we had this. So we're at like the pad giveaway day, and everybody's like, I knew who he was the second I saw him, but I kind of had a heads up he was coming that way, like he was headed towards us to come sign up and play. And so we're like passing out equipment, getting ready to pass out equipment. So one of these coach walks up to me, and goes, "Hey, Cass, do you know who that is?" I go, "Yeah, it's Robert Jones." He's like, "Man, he's got a Super Bowl ring on." I go, "Yeah, well, guess what? He'd have 4 of them if he'd have tackled Steve Young in the NFC Championship game." He's like, "Ooh, better not say that." I'm like, "Yeah." But all in all, our experience with him was a good experience. Robert was a good guy. He was a nice guy. Hold on a second. I got to do this again.
He's laying in the
He's in the end zone. How's that not a touchdown?
There we go.
Oh, here we go. So that was good. So we'll be able to get a couple of former pros or former college players on. I don't think I could get Levi on. We'd have a better chance of getting Elijah Higgins on. That's not a touchdown.
The second one is this one right here.
Yeah, that one is. But we'll see. We'll line it up. We'll see who we can get. You never know who will come on whenever you ask. You know,
maybe we can get Hines Ward.
Yeah. Any connection to Hines Ward?
He is the head coach of the San Antonio Brahmas
No.
in the XFL.
All right, so the XFL is
next month.
It's going to be playing next month. If we can get a XFL player or a coach on this show, will y'all do a stream with a XFL player or coach?
Oh, heck yeah.
Okay.
We could
I'm going to call and ask. Actually, I'm not going to call and ask. Shelly's going to call and ask.
We should try to get Rex Sunahara, who's the Brahmas' long snapper.
Hey, check this out. Back in 1984, my uncle gives me a keychain. It's a football helmet, and it says LA Express on it. The LA Express was the USFL's LA's USFL football team. LA Express, I think it was Express, but that was LA's USFL team. And it's a keychain, and on the back of it, it has a phone number. So I'm all tripping out. I'm 11 years old, and I don't know if I remember watching a game end or something like that. But me and my buddy are like talking. They're just like talking or whatever. And I'm like, oh, we should call this number and see if we can talk to one of the players. So I dial the number on the back of the keychain, and somebody answers, hello. And I said, oh, is this the LA Express? They're like, yeah, this is so and so or whatever. I said, oh, can we talk to the players? And he said, yeah, they're in the locker room. Now, who would you like to talk to? I swear to God, that's what the person told me. And I froze. And I was like, and I hung up the phone.
Oh, man.
It was 83 or 84. 83 or 84. I was 10 or 11 years old.
Wow.
Nice.
Dude, it was a keychain with the football helmet with the phone number on it, and I just dialed it just to dial it. The person was going to hand the phone over to a player. He asked me, who do I want to talk to? I didn't even know, who was playing. I was just like, whoa, I just tripped out. I froze and I hung up the phone. But that's what you mean when you say you never know unless you call.
All right,
wow.
Jude, I'm going to hurt your feelings here. I'm going to tell you something. So back in the early 90s, right when the Cowboys were in the peak of their run, they used to have camp here in Austin. They'd had Cowboys camp. And our high school principal was also our trainer, and he was also friends with the Dallas Cowboys trainer. So I got to go meet the Dallas Cowboys a little bit differently than most fans. I got to go into the locker room and meet them.
Oh wow, that's freaking awesome.
So I got Emmitt Smith's
That's
signature while he was getting treatment on his knee. You know, he was just like chilling out in the locker room, and I also got to hear some pretty good cuss words too. So, and it was a neat experience though. So,
Heck yeah, that's a neat experience. That's really, really cool.
But so the only reason I got to do that is because my mom was like our school nurse, and so the principal was the high school principal. Knew that I was a big Cowboys fan, and so he kind of volunteered it. His name was Mr. Forrester. He was a cool dude. He died a few years ago. He had Parkinson's or something like that, I think. But let's go back there. But I was like, whenever those guys were cussing, I was kind of like looking over at Mr. Forrester, and he was talking to the trainer like nothing had happened. And I was like, well, that's cool. Got to meet, like Troy Aikman, Jay Novacek, the Cowboys kicker at the time was a guy named Lynn Elliott, Emmitt Smith. There was a whole slew of people. You couldn't name enough. You know what I mean? Like you just go through the list, and they were all super cool. And I was just a little kid. Well, I wasn't little, but I was a young kid, and it was neat. It was over at this college in Austin called St. Ed's, so it was a good time. But got a lot of signatures. I had this football. And I had all these signatures on this football, kind of like our wide right CFB football. My brother hated the Cowboys, and he was such a dick to me. He took the football out. Like, he came home from college. He took the football out and went and played with it in the street. I was like, you.
That's harsh. That's messed up.
Yeah. So, yeah, he is such a dick. So my son's laughing because he agrees. But that was my brush with greatness, gentlemen. So. Well, how much time we got left in this game?
Too much.
9 minutes.
If you're a TCU fan, it's too much.
Even the Georgia fans have got to be bored by this time.
God, they got to be worn out for cheering so much.
Really?
There's always so many touchdown celebrations you could do. You want me to add this to the stream, dude?
Sure. Yeah, share my screen.
All right.
Tell me when it's on.
You're there.
All right, now off to the right, on the right side where it says 1984 USFL playoffs, you see that LA Express little logo? I was looking for the keychain. I couldn't find it, but it was basically that little helmet, and it was just like that. And on the back, it had like a phone number, an address, or whatever else was on it. And it was just a keychain my uncle gave me, and I called that number, and they answered. I was like, whoa. It was a trip, man. I choked.
Yeah, I was a proud member of the Boston Breakers fan base at the time.
Oh. Oh. The USFL, that really wasn't like the XFL or the new USFL. I mean, they were actually competing with the NFL, and they drafted like Herschel Walker, Steve Young, Jim Kelly, Warren Moon, I think. Yeah, they had a bunch of stud players in their league.
So, like, I was a Cowboys fan, but like the Oilers, I loved watching the Oilers. I always loved watching Warren Moon. I thought Warren Moon I thought he was so underrated as a quarterback. Growing up, I was just like, man, this guy is just awesome. But
you can still watch them. My favorite now.
No, that's not the same.
It's the same franchise.
No, it's not the same though. You know what I mean, they leave. You can't be a fan. You know what I mean? You gotta hate them. Right? Come on. What if the Patriots left Boston and they went to like Phoenix?
The way they're playing now, they can go anywhere they want. I don't care.
Bocce's gonna jump through the screen here in a second and smack me. It's deserved. So, well, I'm gonna stay on to the end of the game. You guys want to join me still?
Sure. It's got to be. Well,
we got 9 minutes and 20 seconds left. It should go quick. Unless you're a TCU fan.
Come on, run the ball, TCU. Give it to DeMarcado.
Take a knee if you have to.
And don't use your timeouts. Let it go.
I would take if you get 30 seconds between plays, I'd be taking 29.25 seconds between each play.
Mm.
God, I don't know why they're passing. They're just getting annihilated.
I mean,
All right, Hunter wants to talk for a second.
Well, while TCU is getting suffocated, or they're dead. I mean, I don't know if it's like beating a dead horse, except the horse is like really, really, really dead. Like it's like bones, you know. Yeah, I just want to say thank you to all y'all, Lindsay, Jude, Christian, the viewers, all that, especially because like I wasn't really supposed to be more than like a viewer and a sometimes appearance on the show, and y'all wanted me to stick around and be on it. I really appreciate that. It was a good time. Kind of like let me nerd out about college football, something I know way too much about for no discernible reason, really. I was never good enough to play it, so you know, it is what it is. But you know, it was a good time getting to know all y'all, getting to be a part of all this. And yeah. Anyways, off the sappy shit, you know, TCU really, really just run the ball. It's over. You know, stop it. It's okay. You
well,
lost.
they just tried to and they couldn't.
No. I mean, like, take the 1 yard and the 45 seconds.
Well, they get a bunch of sacks and.
Oh,
That was a good play.
Oh, no, you're about to see
Yay!
No,
TCU.
wait.
It's a nice pass.
No. We're a little bit ahead. You'll see.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You're way ahead of me.
Oh man, yeah. It's
Oh, fourth and six.
yeah.
Well, hold on a second. Hold on. Let me watch.
You know.
Oh God.
Kick 69. It's hilarious.
Oh,
Oh man. All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and get off the microphone because the sound of TCU being absolutely demolished is deafening.
I mean, you can only celebrate so much when you're a Georgia player at this point. I mean,
Georgia may score 100 points. This is the worst beatdown since Georgia Tech beat Cumberland 100 or 222 to nothing. You know, it's awful. This is one of the biggest ass beatings I've ever seen in a college football game. It looks like Georgia showed up and TCU forgot what football was. Like a middle school team could put up a better fight right now.
I just watched that touchdown.
Unfortunately, it almost reminds me of a game that someone we talked about was in. Wasn't Jason White in that game against USC?
Yeah. Oh, and you can't shit talk. He isn't avoided on purpose. You know, you can't rag the guy that much.
No, it's a joke.
It's like when Texas beat Colorado 70-3. You know, like the backups couldn't help but score. You know, like this is the worst team I've ever seen make it to a national title. This may legit be the worst national title game ever. Like one team is just so. You know, like for a long time, it's been the Alabama Notre Dame national championship where, you know, they got what was like 45-7 or something like that. It was awful. You know, and because we all found out Manti Te'o's girlfriend wasn't real. You know, that's what hurt. You know, if Notre Dame. If Manti Te'o was just a little bit better about figuring out what's fake and what's real, they would have won that game. But you know what? You know, when everyone found out that she wasn't real, it kind of like stopped them from winning. So we will have to see. But this is probably going to stand as the worst beatdown in college football history in the national title game. Like, you know, in modern era, I'm sure like you can go to the 70s and you have a real team beating like Southwest Eastern Missouri State, who like snuck in because they played 12 even worse teams than them, and then they played like USC, and USC scored like 77 like by running the ball. You know, one of those classic dog shit games from like the 70s where you're like, oh man, there's so much offense. They move the ball 200 yards. Yeah, I don't know.
You mean share the screen, Jude?
Yeah. Oh, I was hoping they had more pictures. They're not showing the other side.
That's sick.
But yeah, that's the. I'm pretty sure that's the one right there, man. Something. Well, not the one I had, but the one I was looking at, because I remember the loop went right through the top of the helmet, and if you flipped it over, it had the information for the team.
That's pretty awesome.
That is. How much is that thing? $15, man. That's cool. I should look into that thing.
Wow, what an absolute epic ass whooping this game has turned into. Oh man. So, Jude, what do you got coming up on your channel here on YouTube?
My channel. Shoot, man, I don't have anything planned. I'm probably gonna do. I've been telling people I'm gonna do a tour of my Snap-on tool cart. I think those are usually popular videos. I also have 6 or 8 months worth of stuff. If you look on my channel and see the last time I showed anything that I ever bought, it was probably that long ago. You know, I've got that many months worth of stuff I can show, do reviews on, I guess. I don't know. I want to do that's about it. But I did want to say something about wide right. Hunter mentioned earlier that he wanted to thank everybody for because he was going to be a part-time panelist or something like that. First time he jumped on, we all knew he was way better than the rest of us. So he had to be on the show, man.
Yeah, that's for sure. I wholeheartedly believe that.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
I'm going to post a video this month on my channel. I was working on it. I had a project this weekend that I did. I've got a TTS video that I still need to shoot. I'm waiting on the stuff to show up so I can film it for our TTS category for the month of January. And the month of January is all about organization and, New Year's resolutions for your job. So I'm going to work on that. We're going to work on the organizational thing. And then one of our good friends, Midwest Tool Review, kind of came up with this pretty good idea the other night on Jude's stream about the bucket organizer. Getting a bucket organizer and putting your tools into a bucket organizer. See who can come up with the best bucket organizational skills. And I think that was a solid idea. I think this is going to turn into something pretty big. So shout out to Midwest Tool Review on that one.
Yeah, we had a bunch of people on. You were there, Lindsay, when we were talking about it.
Yeah.
And I so humbly and with no shame said, yeah, we can call it the Power Stroke Jude Bucket Organizer Challenge. tool Bucket Organizer Challenge. That's a cool idea, man.
Jude, that's an opportunist. You're an opportunist, sir.
Opportunist. Yeah, I saw an opportunity and I took it.
Indeed. I still like my tool kilt idea, but I don't think it's going to take off.
The tool kilt idea.
I only know.
Yeah, I'm not wearing a kilt.
I know what
you don't want to see.
Cass, you would look outstanding in a kilt.
No.
Yes.
There's a pretty cool YouTuber. He's in the tool community and the repair community that wears a kilt. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him or not, but Brandon, his name is YouTube channel is called Bearded CB.
I know what you're talking about.
And he wears a quilt, I'd say, in about half the videos I see.
Well, you're not going to catch me wearing it, but
he doesn't do a lot of videos anymore because he was someone that I don't remember the whole story, but somebody called his job and said he was doing videos at work or something like that, and some disgruntled fan or viewer, and they don't let him do videos at work anymore.
Just remember, if you do that, you're a magnificent pussy.
Pretty much.
TCU, Yeah, there you go. Punt. Good decision.
Bocce goes, let me know when Cass wears a kilt so I can skip the video.
No, she can't because it's a two-parter. She has to crochet the kilt for you
No.
with pockets and everything
No.
for your tools. Yeah.
No. If somebody would, hey, look, I have, well, it'd be hard. This is a stretch. But I know somebody, I have a YouTube, I don't know. So Robert has a really big YouTubers. He's a connection with them. I'm not going to say they're friends because they're not friends, but Robert knows him. He's a pretty big YouTuber. And he would look fantastic in a kilt because he's got like the red hair and,
Who?
He's in good shape. Awaken with JP.
Well, yeah, he looked fabulous in a kilt.
So, yeah. So Robert's got a connection with that, but I ain't asking. I haven't met him. I've only worked with he's got somebody that helps him out with the stuff, like because he's busy doing whatever he does. So I think he does comedy. He tours doing comedy as well. So
Yeah, he does
got
stand-up comedy, and
he has a person that works for him, and she kind of handles a lot of the nuts and bolts of stuff he needs to get done. But he's a real nice guy from everything. Robert's met him. He's Robert's talked to him a bunch of times. So, but yeah, no, all right, not me. But he would be the only one I think would look good in a kilt. But other than that, the rest of us jabronis. So you don't want to see this in a kilt. Plus that Bocce it'd take her a year to make the kilt big enough to fit around my big ass. So that's a true story.
This has been a fun season, guys. I really enjoyed it, man. It's been really cool. Get to hang out with my buddies, just chill, talk college. What more can you ask for? We were spending 2 to 4 hours a week talking college football. I mean,
all right, my stuff's gonna die. I didn't even cut you off, Jude. My stuff's gonna die. My headset's gonna die. I want to thank y'all again so much. And I will after myself real quick. I'm literally on the seconds here. So Unknown Importance, Eat 'em Up Cats, Hook 'em Horns, and then Go Navy, Beat Army, and
Anchors away.
Anchors Away. Well, I guess that's kind of embarrassing, but I got to say, Raw Marine Corps.
So right when Kim was leaving, Hunter had to jump off. So there you go. All right, let me take myself off solo layout so I don't look like the world's biggest asshole. So it's whatever. Second biggest asshole. Anyways, yeah, we're down to 3 minutes of college football season left, boys. Let's power through it here. TCU's wishing they weren't in it right now.
how many more touchdowns did they score in the last 5 minutes?
None yet. TCU.
Holy crap! It's 65 now.
Yeah.
I'm not even.
Dude, every time I give this signal right here, they're scoring a touchdown. You know how tired my arms are from? I got a good workout today.
His triceps going to be all ripped, burning tomorrow.
The lats and the backs are y'all get good.
He's not going to be able to eat a sandwich.
I'm going to pull into a shop tomorrow. He's going to be standing his hands by his side because he can't lift them anymore. He's going to walk around like this.
Throw my arms around.
Oh, that's funny.
Over under Georgia scores one more touchdown. Yes or no? Can we get 72-7?
It just depends on whether or not they get the ball.
They have the ball right now.
Oh,
They got the ball again with 2.5 minutes to go.
Yeah, they'll score again. 2.5 minutes.
I think so.
And they're on TCU's 40 currently. They're getting into. They're going to take a knee right here. You pussies.
They are? No.
Yeah, they are.
No.
Lindsay, I'm 30 seconds. I have 30 seconds in a few. Oh, Lindsay's going to hate hearing this. I saw something today that's going to upset Lindsay very much so.
What?
Well, they made another Back to the Future.
They're making a fourth?
No, it's done. It's made.
Who's in it?
The cast.
Michael J. Fox?
Go look it up on YouTube.
I was disappointed they're making another Indiana Jones movie with Harrison Ford, but whatever.
Well, they had to after the last one because it was really bad.
Well,
I only
they have had lousy sequels for that movie.
What's that?
They've had lousy sequels. It was.
So my opinion on Back to the Future was I thought it was the best sequeled movie of all time. I don't know what to think about that. Yeah, Oh. They filmed 2 and 3 right next to each other. I thought it was the best sequeled movie of all time. Name a better sequel. Name a better movie franchise.
The Empire Strikes Back was a far better
never
sequel.
Seen Star Wars. I couldn't tell you that.
Shrek 2.
I've only seen Shrek 2. Shrek 2. That's Hunter's favorite movie, by the way. I've never seen Star Wars, so I can't.
Have you seen Star Trek? Because the Star Trek sequels are very good too.
Never seen it. Couldn't tell you. But no, back in my opinion, Back to the Future is the best sequel movie, and I was so Steven Spielberg actually
like the Bourne Ultimatum movies.
What's that?
The Bourne series.
Those are very good. Yeah, those are very good sequels.
All right, 6, 5, 4,
3, 2,
1.
Hang on, I'm at 31, 30, 29, 28.
Yeah, I'm actually at 38 because I'm on my computer. They are final. They're just jump final.
All right, guys. Hey, end of the season. And we went a solid 3-ish hours tonight. In between, getting kicked off a couple times, So if you don't see us next year on Wide Right, we'll be on Wider Right CFB. So, and then we're gonna work on a few things. We're gonna fine tune our game. We're gonna make it a lot more fun. We're gonna try to bring on some interesting guests, some guests of note of our notoriety. So, it's been a good season. So. I say let's do some outros and listen the Wide Right CFB fans home with a surprise. So let's start with my guy Lindsay. You're last of the party, so you're first to talk.
Thanks to everyone who has shown up in the chat and stuck with us and watched throughout the season. It's been a lot of fun. As Cass alluded to earlier, I wasn't the biggest college football fan going into this, but I learned a lot and learned to enjoy the games in ways that I didn't think I could, because I found there to be so many more enjoyable aspects to college football than the NFL. And it's a lot of fun to follow the players, see their development, and see how they go through the seasons. And having someone like Hunter, who's got a ton of knowledge, is a lot of fun to learn from him too. So it's been a lot of fun all around. And I'm appreciative to Cass. Thank you very much for letting me be in it. And to everyone who showed up and watched, we appreciate the viewership and the comments and the laughs.
All right, Jude, hit us with it.
I want to thank everybody that's watched us for this last, 4 months or so. It's been really fun. I want to thank Cass for letting me be a part of it. It's been great hanging out with you and Lindsay and Hunter and Christian and Joey, even though we really stressed them out. It's Bocce's been here a lot. Chris Hodges, Ken showed up from time to time. Anthony GM85, Doug Schmidt, Raging Cajun. I believe there was like a channel called Number One Hot Buckeye Fan that was here a lot. All these channels and the ones that I'm missing too, man. Thank you guys all for watching and hanging out with us.
Pat CB.
Yeah, Pat CB, absolutely. I mean, it's just been really, really fun. I'm looking forward to next year. I always screw this up, but I'm going to try to do it, in order of importance. We are SC, fight on, and be safe, Hunter, man. Take care of yourself out there.
All right. Like I've said from the beginning, it's not just me that does the show. It's all of us. Without every panelist, it wouldn't be as fun as what we had. I'd like to thank everybody for joining. It was so much fun. I'd like to thank everybody in the chat for joining. I'd like to thank all the panelists for joining the whole season. I thank this guy behind me right here for taking time out of his busy schedule. He could be doing anything else. Right now, he's making my head look ginormous.
My head's also large.
So
he sure is.
Anyway, I digress. So, congratulations to the Georgia Bulldogs, back-to-back national champions. Congratulations to TCU for making it to there and taking the worst ass whooping of all time in college football history.
Except for 222 to nothing.
Yeah. It was a fun season. I can't wait to see what next year brings for us. And remember, the team that scores the most points always wins the game. Thanks for watching.